And the list of those who have played and coached in the game are as treasured to the Sunflower State as the many venues they have played on, but never before has the Kansas Shrine Bowl played on the stage of the Salt City. For the first time, the Kansas Shrine Bowl comes to Hutchinson. And greetings, folks. Alongside Stan Weber, I'm Mark Ewing. Welcome to Kansas Shrine Bowl and welcome to Hutch. Stan, good to see you again.
It's great to be at this great tradition, the Kansas Shrine Bowl. 48th straight year this game is played, and now the 10th location gets a chance right here in central Kansas. Hutchinson gets a chance to show off this game.
Well, it is a different venue for us, but you know what? It's the same mission, and first and foremost, that's what we take care of when we play the Kansas Shrine Bowl.
Yeah, without a doubt. I always love saying strong legs run, these football players, so weak legs can walk, and that's the Shriners kids who don't have to pay any money to get the health care they need. What a great job by the Shriners, and this is an awesome event put on here, the Kansas Shrine Bowl. Let's play some football.
Well, the West team is the home team. The visitors are the East squad, and we also have new venues for the camps. East squad worked out at Ottawa University. Brian King running his team through the venture, and also the West squad, they played at Bethany College in Lynchburg. Coach Lucas Melvin in charge of that. Our crew went to camp. Let's listen in.
Take steps forward today, right? Take steps forward. You guys are starting to get more comfortable with it. Continue the communication. Communication's awesome. Okay, now just continue, now take the aggressiveness a little higher. You understand that? Sure. Bring it up a little bit, because you know this defense is going to be flying around. Go get them today. They're going to make you better, make them better, okay? Push each other and then give each other a high five and let's get it on, right? We're all one team, right? Nice, nice, yes, offense! Nice, good job, O. Good job, O-line. Remember how blessed you are to get to be out here. Thankful. Now honor that with your effort. Communicate with each other and make sure. My main thing is I want the ball back, and I don't want to give up a fake. You understand that? That's the main thing. Okay, you're doing a good job. We got to pick it up a little. You understand? We got to pick. I know we're getting tired of hitting each other, but we got to be really pissed off and ready to hit these. You understand that? So keep ramping it up. Hold each other accountable. Okay? Hold each other accountable. Say, hey man, push me harder. Hey man, go harder. Let's go. Hey, pick it up. You know what I mean? You're all leaders. You got to lead. So step up and lead. Keep coming together. All right? Got it? You ready to roll? Okay, get there then. Okay? West side, real loud. 1, 2, 3. West side.
There we go. There we go. Again, ready for inside. Inside run. Get a quick drink. There we go, Landon. Get vertical. Get vertical. Good job. Good job. Oh, I hope that bend backside. We had a little movement here. Good, 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 good. 10 minutes. We'll do 7-on-7, Coach. 10 minutes. Did we jump or we just diving? 3. Make sure we're not jumping. I couldn't tell if you had a great jump. Yeah. Careful. Nice work. Stay up. Stay up. Stay up. Oh, man. Blitz right into it. Blitz right into it. Gosh, dang it. Look good, bud. Look good. Get vertical. Good cut. Gosh, dang. Good vision. Good blocking, boys. Good work. Good work and good vertical cut. You're seeing things really well. No line, great job. No line, great job. Hey, man, bring it up. Make it eat. Do it right. Do it right. So we're going to take care of our bodies a little bit today. Any questions, Mitt? Get in here. East on 3. 1, 2, 3. East.
Sign Brothers, a proud Shrine Bowl partner, is more than your average sign company. We go statewide, specializing in all types of messages for sports and schools. Wall graphics for locker rooms, gyms, or school entry areas. Sign Brothers will design and install graphics that get your students and players excited about this school year. They also make banners, field and gym signs, plus all types of custom COVID messages for directions and social distancing. So reach out today for custom designed signs and learn about our special pricing for your school or business.
Watch me. Watch me shine with every snap. Born to move fans, to cheer and clap. 2 different legs, that's how I play. One built from science to help me on the day. Between these lines, I'm all heart and muscle. Don't stare too long, you'll miss the hustle. Watch me. Pioneers in prosthetic technology at Shriners Hospitals for Children. The most amazing care anywhere.
Well, several states play host to a Shrine Bowl. We, of course, are partial to our own, and observers say that the Kansas Shrine Bowl is one of the best in the country, and I think Stan Weber and I would certainly agree. Of course, we feel that way because of all the activities that are going on. It's not just a football game, is it?
Right. When you get named as a player, you start thinking about the football game and the competition against other All-Stars, and you think, how will you be able to play? And you get a chance to practice with those guys, and you think, boy, this football game is a big deal. Then all of a sudden you realize it's not the only thing going on with the Shriners and the events. There is so much going on around this game. It is awesome to be able to experience it right now.
Well, the Kansas Cosmosphere, as you know, it's certainly a national site for folks to come in and from all over the country to see what they can. Well, that was an obvious point of reference for the Shriners who had their opportunity. The West team got a look inside at all that there is to see there, and the East team got their shot as well. And it must have been quite a sight to see, but I'm sure that this was the first time for several. I mean, that is Dr. Goddard's lab, and if you haven't been to the Kansas Cosmosphere, he had an attentive audience because he does some pretty neat tricks.
And it's so close right here next to the stadium where we're going to play tonight. I think I could throw a football and hit it over there, and people are coming from all over the country to see it. The Shriners saw one of the great experiments right there.
The hospital experience, in the old days, Stan, as we know, used to take a long bus ride, sometimes a train ride to St. Louis. Well, as it stands, they bring the hospital experience to the kids. And you know what? It's probably a better deal in that they don't have to travel, but the message is certainly clear that this is what they're playing for, and that the message of playing for something more than just a football game is certainly resonates, as you can tell the attention span that they gave the kids today.
This is where your mind really changes, because I talked about the football and a lot of fun experiences, but all of a sudden you get to meet the kids and you realize we're playing a football game that's earning proceeds that help the Shriners pay for these kids' experience, that they get more healthy with the opportunity with you playing football, and they are great kids with a great attitude. But then the players got a chance to learn about team building, and it was a lot of fun seeing the guys try to work together.
Yeah, you think it was just X's and O's this week, and it was a lot of X's and O's between the coaches and the players learning what was going on. That was a team bonding exercise, and then guess who else bonded? They bonded with a band. They're all-stars as well, Stan. They come from all across the country, and in order to make the Shrine Bowl Masonic Band, who you're probably hearing in the background right now, they have to really be all-stars themselves.
Yeah, again, an opportunity for high school kids to be a part of the banquet, and what a great event it is, the Friday night banquet. You see a lot of different people, you see everyone involved in the game, you hear the band play, you get a chance to see the cheerleaders, and you also get a chance to hear from one of the Shriner kids. Colton Meltzer got a chance to talk to the guys, and you'll see it just coming up here in a second, and what an event. He got a chance to talk, and it was very important to hear his message.
Yeah, to hear the folks who were there, he had a message that he had practiced over and over, and it was resonated clear amongst the players and also their parents who are on attendance for the team banquet. And boy, just watching that makes me hungry. But they also handed out some awards. A lot of recognition goes into it. A lot of hard work goes into it. And then they got to play some events. This was from yesterday, the golf tournament at Crazy Horse Golf Course. And I'm not sure they had enough carts to go around, but it was a full house. And what a great way to earn money and have some fun.
Yeah, B.J. Harris, who runs the Shrine Bowl, organizes so many different things with the Shriners. And I'm sure he scrambled and found a way to keep the golf tournament moving and not make too many people walk. As you see this putt almost go in.
Almost. I'm sure that was a birdie. Maybe it was an eagle. They were playing a scramble event. And then look at this. This was a 5K run, but it was underground. The place is called Stratica, so it's 600 feet down. And in order to participate in the event, you had to wear a hard hat helmet and a light. And so off they went. And what a great idea. So unique. But 5K is still 5K. You got to run the distance, but part of the course is darkened, so they had to wear lights on their helmet in order to make the passages.
It's a great museum in a salt mine 650 feet below. What an experience to get out and run and sometimes wonder where you were going.
And you think some 5K runs is too hot and windy? Well, this one was light aided. Isn't that what you said? Light aided by just a great event, a lot of fun to watch.
It definitely was. Again, another one of the events, but here's the one that's most traditional. 10 o'clock in the morning, wherever the site is, you're going to get a Shrine Bowl parade that includes the players, includes the cheerleaders, and most importantly, it includes the Shriners having a lot of fun. You'll see clowns, you'll see guys driving around in cars. Heck, you see Colton Meltzler again. And the band, you're just hearing him play in the background, getting a nice crowd response. And here's my favorite. I want to drive one of these cars. These guys have too much fun.
Yeah, they won't get pulled over by anyone here. They can have as much fun as they can with the go-karts, Main Street, Avenue B today, and that certainly signified to the Hutchinson community that, hey, there's a game in town, in addition to all the fun. And then later, there was the Sports in Kansas Combine, a chance for area athletes to certainly show off their skills in front of potential college recruiters. That's always a great idea. There's some good talent in Kansas and really a chance to showcase that talent.
And they get to do some of the same events that you see in the NFL Combine in Indianapolis, so a great opportunity. But there are also junior cheerleaders getting a chance to participate, and these girls had a great time today.
Same idea, Stan. All stars across the state, parents bringing their kids in to hear from older cheerleaders about how you do this. And they had an attentive audience, and as you can see, terrific attendance. And then there was the Junior All-Star Challenge, kind of a punt, pass, and kick option, but that happened today. And what a great! It's always great to play in a junior college venue or a venue like this, and certainly an opportunity.
Just
so
to be
that's what
out,
we got to. It was just terrific.
Just to be right out on the field, so cool. You know, those kids are out there and they're going, I hope I play in a game here. And tonight they get a chance to watch a game here as well.
All right, so we saw a lot of that was fundraising opportunities. And speaking of tradition, one of the corporate sponsors here is Dillon's Grocery Store. It was established in Hutchinson by J.S. Dillon back in the 1920s. Sterling, the city, certainly had an origination there, but it was bought out by the Kroger Company in 1983. The company still operates a distribution center and headquarters for Dillon's. So here's more on one of the Kansas Shrine Bowl's most valuable sponsors.
For 100 years and counting, Dillon's has been a brand name backed with a promise. A promise made to our associates, customers, and communities we serve to be there for you, to share a family meal, and to feed the human spirit. From the time he opened his first store, John S. Dillon was a true visionary when it came to understanding his customers. He instilled that same knowledge and passion in his sons and future generations that would lead the way. Throughout a century, your local Dillon's has been a pioneer in the grocery business and had a hand in changing the lives of so many. Chances are we were your first job, or even the current career of someone close to you. Innovative from the start, Dillon's has always led the way. Rather than purchasing on credit, we were one of the first cash and carry stores around. As an early form of profit sharing, associates were encouraged to buy company stock. We helped modernize the grocery store with air conditioning, refrigerated meat cases, public restrooms, off-street parking, to conveyor belts on the registers. Plus, we were the first in the country to use fluorescent lighting way back in the 30s. How cool is that? We began using refrigerated trucks in the 40s, some of the first in the country. Or how about air-shipped fresh fruits and berries flown straight from California to the Hutchinson Airport, eventually expanding to fly in frozen products like Chicken of the Seas tuna pies. We have continued to grow with new stores and grand openings. How grand? Like, let's put a rocket in the parking lot type of grand. Or saying hello to Miss America while you pick out what's for dinner. We were a marketplace before we even knew what a marketplace was. It's always been about convenience and creating a one-stop destination. Look, we sold underwear, bikes, and even TVs and record players. We branched out into apparel with our Calhoun stores. And does anyone remember Everybody's Restaurant? Yep, just another example of providing convenient, wholesome meals for your family. Just like today, we offer our famous fried chicken, Chinese kitchens, home chef meals, and have even made sushi a mainstream option for dinner. By the way, we might have been the first for pickup as well. Check this out from back in the 60s. We always have our customers in mind and want to provide the best quality at affordable prices. So we were even acknowledged by the White House for our unit pricing program in the 1970s, allowing customers to comparison shop and find the best value. We embarked on ecology programs such as energy conservation, cardboard, bottle, and can recycling. And those efforts have continued through the present with our Zero Hunger, Zero Waste initiative. While Dillon's is deeply rooted in Kansas, many may not know how vast our reach was following numerous mergers and acquisitions across the country, with grocery and convenience stores. Another interesting twist is that at one time Dillon's bought all the Kroger locations in Kansas back in the 50s, only to merge with Kroger 30 years later in the 80s. We've been through the best and worst of times, serving as essential workers when you need us most in the wake of natural disasters. With fires, floods, and tornadoes to the pandemic of 2020, we've been there. For 100 years and counting, we are proud to support and serve our communities. We look forward to the journey ahead and the new friends we will make along the way. In the end, we are humbled by the fact that the name for grocery store in Kansas is simply Dillon's. We thank you for your support and the wonderful times we have shared. We all have our special memories when we hear the words, "That's my Dillon's."
Welcome back, everybody. Again, I'm Leon Liebel with you on the pregame show for the Kansas Shrine Bowl, and it's my pleasure to introduce to you the Executive Director of the Kansas Shrine Bowl, B.J. Harris, back for your fourth game, and you've pretty much got this down now, don't you?
Oh boy, I wish that was the case, but we're getting better, certainly, and I do think of the four, this is going to be the best, and it should. You should improve with time, and I think we are, and ultimately that's measured by our fundraising levels, and I think we'll be the best fundraising we've had since I've been in charge.
You know, before we talk about this year's Shrine Bowl, I want to talk about what happened last year in Topeka. It was extraordinary circumstances, kind of at the height of the pandemic, not a lot of sports going on, if any. And yet you guys pulled it off. You were able to hold the Shrine Bowl last year, a lot of restrictions. Do you think that game kind of set the tone for what happened in the fall, that we were able to have fall sports in high school across Kansas?
I've had a lot of people tell me that, and had they told me that going into it, I would have been even more stressed out, because having that many stakes on the line certainly was a little bit of pressure. We were very fortunate to have that happen and be able to pull it off. A lot of support from up there, Shawnee County, a lot of support from the board to keep things going a little bit and kind of ride it out. And then ultimately it was the kids executing the plan. And a lot of people ask me, you know, what did you learn from this going into football season? What can we apply to this coming football season back in the fall? And I said, not a lot necessarily, because our event's so unique, but the one thing I did take away was, if you give kids a clear and concise plan and trust them to execute that plan, they will do it. And boy, did they last fall. The kids did such a good job rising to the occasion, and we played sports. We played sports all year long, and even if we were just a little piece of allowing that to move on, then that's a nice feather in our cap. And we ultimately wanted to raise money, and we did. We raised money and made a donation to the hospital, even in the midst of all that.
Yeah, it worked out great. Now this year, here we are at Gowan Stadium in the middle of the state in Hutchinson, Kansas, and I never want to say it's easier than last year, but certainly less complicated.
Well, it's got its own share. Hutchinson has been incredible. This is a great stadium. It's an incredible city. Josh Gooch with the HCC Athletics and Holly Leiker with Visit Hutch are been instrumental in getting it here and executing a good, successful event. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody fill these stands. It's just been the perfect kind of setting for what we're trying to do to kind of reemerge from last year. And while it's different set of challenges when you kind of open back up, just like every other business in America is figuring out, you've got to be ready. And so now we have 180 cheerleaders we didn't have a year ago, 140 band kids that we didn't have a year ago. All the events have come back, our 5K, golf tournament, parade, all the things that makes the Shrine Bowl more than a game. In addition to our fundraising, is happening this weekend, and we've been so thrilled to be able to have those events and be successful with them.
You said more than a game. This is the 45th Shrine Bowl in
48th.
Kansas. 48th, I'm sorry, 48th in Kansas. Nearing 50, I think that's what I was thinking about there. But anyway, we always say more than a game. Can you explain that a little further?
Yeah, it's all about the kids. It's for Shriners Hospitals for Children, the 22 hospitals that make up the network across North America. And Shriners in Kansas made this event their official fundraiser for Shriners Hospitals for Children. And since 1974, we've raised over $3 million for the hospital system. And I'm looking to hopefully double that in the next 10 years if we can. And we're going to really push to do that because it makes such a big impact on those kids' lives that receive state-of-the-art treatment at no cost to the families. If they don't have the ability to pay, they never have to pay. And that includes transportation to and from the hospital appointments, lodging while you're there, meals, and obviously the world-class treatment that primarily deals in orthopedic needs. Cleft lip and palate and burns are some of the primary focuses of the hospital system. If you have kids that have those, or if you have somebody you might think in your family that needs services, they are open arms and ready to take on patients and do it at no cost.
Oh, it is terrific. Now, again, in contrast to last year at Topeka, you just had the game, a lot more, everything back. You mentioned the cheerleaders, the band, we had the parade. 5K,
5K,
on and on.
On and on. One of the most successful golf tournaments we've ever had in our history. The 5K had over 100 people that went down into Stratica, into the mine, and ran 650 feet underground. One of the coolest events we probably ever had associated. A nice big parade right downtown Hutchinson. And we have a junior all-star, had a junior all-star cheer clinic, which was new, with over 20 kids registered for that. Over 50 kids in our combine, high school football combine, who got to interact with the NJCAA national champion coaching staff from Hutchinson. And we had our junior all-star challenge. I mean, it's just a jam-packed weekend. Everything's been great, and now we're ready for some football.
You mentioned that combine. That's turned out to be a pretty big deal. A lot of these kids are getting looked at and discovered even at that thing.
Certainly, and we kind of keep track of the number of kids who play in our game, who participate in our combine, and it's a lot of people that get to go, and they're there the one year, and then the next year they actually get selected for the game, and we like to see that. And we had over 50 kids, and they got to get measured and use those numbers to hopefully get recruited and go on and have successful football careers.
Yeah, more than a game, but that game's still a pretty big deal to these kids.
Big deal, and you're going to see a good one today. These two teams, I've kind of watched them. I'm a football junkie.
Well,
and
you
so
played in this, right?
I did play in this game, yeah. And we get a chance to see them play. These guys are evenly matched. One of the best is you got a 7-footer in there from Hoxie, Kansas. You got on the same team a 5'7" guy from Mays, Kansas. And so all over the state of Kansas, St. Francis is represented all the way down to Columbus, Kansas, and all points in between make up our teams. Good coaches, Lucas Melvin, the West coach, and the East coach is Brian King, who was my teammate in the 2000 Kansas Shrine Bowl as well. Our head coach, Brooks Parda, on the sidelines, an assistant as well in that game. So the 2000 East team is fully represented here in the Shrine Bowl this year.
It is a terrific tradition in Kansas, certainly the 48th Kansas Shrine Bowl. And BJ, best of luck, and thanks for taking time with us.
Thank you.
All right, BJ Harris, the Executive Director of the Kansas Shrine Bowl. We're going to have more on the pregame show right after this.
Our first picnic, our first dance, our big trip, our first home, and all the belly laughs in between. These are the moments I'll always remember. I don't drink and drive. I have more memories to make.
Remember what matters most. Don't drink and drive. Do it for them. A message from the Kansas Department of Transportation and your law enforcement community.
Watch me. Here I stand on my own 2 feet. Jump shot intact. Here to compete. Skilled hands were there to mend the bone. From loving halls that brought me home. My world stopped with a drive through the lane. Now give me the ball. You'll remember my name. Watch me. Orthopedic excellence at Shriners Hospitals for Children. The most amazing care anywhere.
Well, here we go. Tonight in Hutchinson, the best of the best. Your hometown heroes are meeting head-to-head in a friendly battle that benefits the Shriners Hospitals for Children, which is a system of 22 hospitals dedicated to improving the lives of children by providing pediatric specialty care, innovative research, and outstanding teaching programs for medical professionals. So first things first, Dan, let's take care of the game's purpose is to raise money for the Shriners Hospitals. And as they introduce the West squad, I can tell you members of both the East and West, the guys wearing the red and the guys wearing the green, they're very aware of what they're playing for tonight. And there's a high level of excitement for that.
Definitely is, because you want to compete against players from around the state. You want to get to learn about the guys who you've read about and seen on TV and heard on radio. How are these players? But the most important thing is your strong legs as a player run so weak legs can walk. And you get to help out the Shriners, help out children. And what a great cause it is. So these guys really understand it after experiencing what they did this week. But now it's time to play and see how good you are as an all-star in the state of Kansas.
We're about 10 minutes to kickoff as the Kansas Shrine Bowl pregame show continues. I'm Mark Ewing alongside Stan Weber. Leon Liebel is our sideline reporter tonight. The game also promotes high school sports in the state of Kansas as the game features top athletes, top coaches. The athletes are recent high school graduates. Many of them are going to play college football at the next level or another sport at the next level. So the coaches are also high level. The combination has made the game special over the year. The proceeds from the game have generated well over $50,000 a year for the Shriners Hospitals. That's well over $2 million. In fact, now very close to $3 million in the game's 46-year history. And I can tell you the executive director of the game, B.J. Harris, who you just heard from, has his sights set on trying to set a new record. And to that end, there's a couple of things going on during the game. The Venmo Challenge is back. You can make a donation of $25 or more to our Venmo at Kansas Shrine Bowl, and you can see your message and contribution at the bottom of tonight's broadcast. Give a shout-out to your favorite Kansas Shrine Bowl participant, and do it all for the kids. Meanwhile, this game is brought to you, among others, Mammoth Sports Construction, who is proud to be the official telecast partner of the Kansas Shrine Bowl. Let Mammoth Sports Construction design, budget, fundraise, and build the project of your dreams. Learn more at mammothbuilt.com. Strong legs run so weak legs may walk. Stan Weber certainly illustrated that. It has never meant more than it does this lap around. The Shrine Bowl game from Hutchinson is also very special because of a new venue, and I think that the community and certainly the heartbeat of Reno County, Stan, I think has risen to the occasion. Boy, it was fun to watch all those events earlier and how well they were attended.
Yeah, it's a new venue, the 10th we've seen in South Central Kansas, an easy place for everyone to get to, not too far away from Wichita, who with K-State and Manhattan has hosted this game 9 different times. But Hutchinson becomes the 10th different school. And isn't it amazing that these players are going to play on the field? That is the field where the junior college national champions played.
Wow,
they played spring football in the junior college level, and Hutchinson Community College just won a national championship. And then just right across the parking lot, you see this Hutchinson Sports Arena where forever the National Junior College Basketball Championships are played. I went and watched games there when I was a kid. So much tradition around here, both new with the football championship, old with what we've seen in basketball, but now you add that to that with the Shrine Bowl playing here for the first time ever.
Well, a city like Hutchinson, maybe Dodge City, it's a bit of a tryout. They want to put their best foot forward because they like to host the game again somewhere down the road. The game goes to Pittsburgh and Pittsburgh State, a familiar place for the Kansas Shrine Bowl next year. So let's talk about the players you're seeing. The players are being introduced on the field, and you're going to see on your screen the Shrine Bowl All-Stars as one after another. The East squad has representatives who won during the past school year, get this, Stan, state championships in football, basketball, wrestling, and track. They've got at least one class president. They've got a homecoming king or two. They even have a volunteer firefighter. And this year they've got dual quarterbacks. One perhaps the best dual threat runner passer in the state. The other might be one of the best pocket passers. And it's the job of the coaching staff to try to figure out the pieces and put those all together. Meanwhile, the West squad, they've got some conversation pieces as well. They got a 6'11" offensive tackle in Harlan Obioha.
Look at you, the old basketball player,
yeah, boy,
bringing up the guy who could post you up even, 6'11".
I'm going to tell you, when I saw him walk off the field, I thought, well, what an impressive sight to have him as one of your tackles. Also, what could be a future K-State star on the West team in defensive tackle Damon Ilalio, and a handful of outstanding skill players, including a couple of quarterbacks who both rewrote their own respective schools' offensive record books, throwing at least 2 former homecoming Kings. And you certainly got a truly representative squad, and that's certainly part of what we do. There is on the field, I don't want to interrupt this. This is the invocation, so I'm going to be quiet for a second. Let's listen in.
Father, we see in the Shriners hospitals, the nurses, custodians, doctors, directors, and everyone associated with them, a servant's heart like you have taught us to have. Lord, we see in those that have received assistance from the Shriners Hospital the joy and strength we are given by you when we accept it from you. Through the Shriners, we see the love we are supposed to have for each other. Lord, I pray that each of us will take that love that you so wonderfully share with us and share it with others as well. Father, I thank you for this country and all those that stand in harm's way to protect it. The soldiers, police, and first responders. I pray they know they are loved and appreciated by so many of us. Lord, I pray for blessings upon this country, that many of us will go to our knees and seek your will and will continue to heal our land. Lord, I lift up those participating tonight in the band, cheer, and football, that you will protect and watch over them. Father God, we thank you for all the blessings you pour out on us daily. And we pray for the strength, wisdom, love, and joy to be blessings to others. We lift your name up, Lord, and we thank you for Jesus, who took everything for us, so we can be for everything for you. I pray all these things in Jesus' name. Amen. God bless you all. God bless America.
All right, strap on the helmets from Oakley to Olathe and from Sabetha to St. Francis, the hometown high schools of the Kansas Shrine Bowl All-Stars represent the flavor of the Kansas gridiron landscape from east to west. The next class of Shrine Bowl All-Stars has taken the field. Each and every one of them is an all-star selection in every sense of the word, because as talented as they are in the gridiron, they've been selected to play in this game because they are all-star student athletes and exemplary representatives of their respective communities. All of them selected to take part in one of the most honorable and exciting events that the sports landscape of the Sunflower State has to offer. We are all set to embrace the 48th Kansas Shrine Bowl from Hutchinson. And one thing that is awesome to see, Stan, is the crowd. A year ago, with COVID and all the protocols that were put in place, here we get close to game time and temperatures of 82 degrees under partly cloudy skies. We got north winds of 7 miles per hour. No chance of rain tonight, and what a crowd you're watching at the moment.
You said north winds. That is incredible.
That is incredible.
It is beautiful weather. The clouds have cleared out, and we are about ready to play football. And so many great stories around here. When you think even of the head coaches of these two ball clubs, they have their stories. Love Lucas Melvin, the West head coach, actually played here at Hutchinson Junior College, was a first-time assistant in the Shrine Bowl last year, and the Norton head coach has been there coming up on his 16th year, gets his first chance to be the head coach in the Shrine Bowl. His son, Cade, played last year in the game when he's an assistant coach. Just a great story. Then on the other side, Brian King, who's been at DeSoto, coming up on his 9th year, was a player in the Shrine Bowl in 2000, and guess who his head coach was? Brooks Barta. Brooks Barta is an assistant coach on the East squad, and he actually was the head coach. He wasn't really scheduled to be on this staff, but Brian King said, I got to have you on the staff.
Colton Metzler, along with his parents, family, and our special Shriners Hospital for Children patient ambassadors. They'll join our officials, team captains for the coin toss. Colton and his family are from Ellis, Kansas. They've been the recipient of good deeds from the Shriners Hospitals for Children. The East captains are Jackson Miller from DeSoto, Justin Mitchell from Shawnee Mission Northwest, Ethan Kramer from Mill Valley, Leo Clennon, Blue Valley Northwest, and the West captains, Josh Sanders from Mays, Andrew Corey from Junction City, Damon Ilalio from Manhattan, Darby Roper from Haven. And you can see just a great deal of sportsmanship. That's on display there.
See big number 61 on the right side of your screen. This guy is an incredible player. We'll listen to the referee talk about the coin toss, and then I'll tell you a little bit about number 61, Ethan Kramer.
There's a handshake with the parents of Colton Messler and the family. You saw Colton in our pregame show. He addressed the
All right, you're the visiting team.
Shrine Bulls.
What is your call? Tails, is it Colton? What do you like? You want to defer to the second half? You want to receive? Which end do you want to bet?
West won the toss, but Ethan Kramer right there, number 61. I'm fortunate enough to be on the Kansas version of the Bill Snyder Family National Football Foundation committee that picks football players around the state who are academically strong, helping their community, are great football players. And Ethan Kramer was one of those players, and he also was the one who was awarded with the highest level scholarship. What a player, and the coaches say, watch this nose guard get after it tonight.
This is the 48th annual Kansas Shrine Bowl. The event has always not been only just a showcase for the Sunflower State's best recently graduated high school talent, but it served as a fundraiser for the Shriners Hospitals for Children. They go hand in hand. The West team has won 29 of the previous 47 All-Star games. West squad, in fact, won a year ago 14-9 at Hummer Sports Park in Topeka under really interesting conditions. Won 26-7 in Dodge City the summer previous, and has now won 3 of the last 4. Hutchinson considered the West Territory. Gowan Stadium, home of the recently crowned National JUCO champ, previous longtime high school juggernaut, home of state title contest in November, is set to host for the first time this crown jewel event of the summer. I think we're ready to go, Stan. Are you?
I'm definitely ready for some football. This game has been played in August. It used to be originally played in June. We're back to playing it at that time now. And you know, every year is a new year of All-Stars. It should have no carryover from the previous year. But the West team and the Shriners on the West side tell these guys, hey, we have a great tradition of winning. You mentioned how successful they've been. They've won 11 of the last 15 games, and they are reminded of that. But I shake my head and I go, why should that matter? This is a brand new group of players. But the East team's heard about it as well, and they're ready to play receiving the kickoff tonight.
I guarantee they remember last year. So the East team will be the receiving team. Back to return, Justin Mitchell, Tristan Everhard, Carter Brown set to kick off for the West squad. And after a pregame show and all the activities today, we're that much closer to a kickoff of the Kansas Shrine Bowl. And the 2021 Kansas Shrine Bowl is underway. Deep kick. It's going to be in the end zone, and that is where the East team will take over. Brian King is the head coach, just completed his 8th season at DeSoto High School. His quarterback is Jackson Miller, 6 foot, 185 pounds, out of DeSoto, United Conference Offensive Player of the Year. He's a football, basketball, baseball, track standout who anchored, get this, a 4x100 gold medal relay team, and then played in the team state baseball tournament about 30 minutes later. And by the way, he's a 4.0 GPA. And that's just a start of what is a really good resume for an East team that'll take it first down and 10, starting at their own 20-yard line.
He wears that green helmet of DeSoto, and he'll stay with the green helmet as he's going to play with Northwest Missouri State, one of the powerhouse Division II teams that's in the same league as Washburn and Emporia State.
Look at the spread, RPO offense, offensive group, offensive all-class selection. Carter Stanchfield Paola, Dane Whalen of Osage City at center, and the first play is a pass. And it's complete. Pickup of about 5 yards, and the scramble to the far side of the field, showing a little speed and well executed on a first down play.
Complete to Max Close.
Great composure on the first play of the game to have to retreat in the backfield. Usually you're going to have to throw the ball away, but this time he's able to find a receiver before he goes out of bounds and picks up some yardage.
Well, I would say, Stan, of all the games I've watched, the teams that can get off to a good start and find a little momentum, and finding momentum has always been a challenge as these teams take the field for the first time against really live competition. Here's a handoff. Gets the outside, gets a block, trying to get to the 30-yard line, pulled down at the 29-yard line. Nice tackle made by the West team's Cade Gatchett. He's out of Bishop Carroll. In fact, it was a late roster addition into the starting lineup, and it's going to be third down and actually first down and 10.
Good play by the East. He made a nice tackle. Good tackle by Cade Gatchett on his way to Butler Junior College, but good run around the left side. Andrew Schwinn gets the job done and gets a first down. And we've seen the defense outpace the offense in some of these games because there's no restrictions on the defense. They can do whatever they want. They can blitz on every down, and it's hard for that offense to get in sync. But those are two real nice plays to start the game for East tonight.
First down and 10, 30-yard line. West team showing blitz. There's a handoff and a nice spin move by Andrew Schwinn. And Mar Hill gets forward to about the 30, 34-yard line. Also, in these games, if there's a trend or maybe a line that follows one of the others, always a big special teams play. There's always something that kind of strings them over. But the quarterback, there's little nerves. You know, it's a big game. They've thought about it for a long time, playing interesting competition. And this is probably the biggest crowd that a lot of high school teams have played in front of.
Yeah, just think about it. They had 1 week to prepare. So you're learning your offense or defense. Suddenly you got to put together all the special teams. It's hard to find the time to do everything well.
Second down and 6 in motion goes Brooks Whaley. You're not going to get anything up front. Nice tackle made by the West squad. He rises to the occasion. Eli Wilcox out of Augusta. He'll play football at Pitt State.
By the West,
National Honor Society member got to the play, as did Gavin Hazelhorst.
Yeah, they squeezed that play really well. Gavin Hazelhorst on his way as a recruit to play for the Kansas State Wildcats, and a young man from Hayes, Kansas. Well defense on that play, forces a 3rd and long.
Third down, we'll call it about 7. And again, the RPO offense for an East squad looking to get some yardage. On the rollout, had some success. They got a receiver. Pass is incomplete. Nearly intercepted. Was making up ground in a hurry was Trevor Erickson out of Chapman. He's going to K-State. 3 All-State pick, and he almost picked that pass off.
Yeah, the ball was delivered accurately, but it was thrown far enough downfield that Erickson had time to get there. There was a receiver short that he could have thrown to in the flat, but trying to get the ball out there. Miller tried to make the pass, but a good pass breakup by Trevor Erickson forces the East team into punt formation for the first time tonight.
Desmond Purnell is the East punter. He's out of Topeka Hayden. He'll also be headed to K-State. We said K-State a lot. They got a lot of preferred walk-ons and others that are Kansas Shrine Bowl All-Stars tonight. He stands back at his 20-yard line. Returners Josh Sanders, Ty Sides. And it's going to be a return from the 35-yard line, looking for a block, and now gets one. There's a flag on the field. He gets forward to the 40-yard line, brought down to 38. And usually a flag from that position is an illegal block, we will see. But the West squad takes the field for the first time. West head coach is Lucas Melvin. He's 15 seasons on his resume as the head coach at Norton. He's led his squad to well over 100 victories in his time there. And his quarterback is Andrew Corey and Tanner Cash. Andrew Corey threw for over 3,000 yards and set new Junction City High School season records with 29 touchdowns as a senior, and he had 28 as a junior. He passed for over 250 yards on 7 different occasions, 300 yards 4 times, and he goes to work. Handoff to the West squad, Julius Bolden, and the Juice gets the handoff, goes forward to the 41-yard line. So Corey is the quarterback, Julius Bolden as the back. That's a pretty good 1-2 punch.
Yeah, Andrew Corey is a guy that I want to show tonight because this is his last football game. He's going to go to KU but not play football, and he knows this offense so well because his offensive coordinator is Randall Zimmerman, his head coach at Junction City, who's in his 8th Shrine Bowl. So it's an advantage when you're the quarterback and you're running the same system you ran in high school.
Second down and 8. Here's Corey. Takes a low snap. Looking for receivers. Got one. Passes incomplete. Looked like a catch for a second. It was intended at the 49-yard line. It would have been a first down. Ty Sides was the intended receiver, but
Ty Sides going down trying to catch that ball. Not the easiest thing. He's playing wide receiver, but in high school at Phillipsburg in 2A, he was a quarterback. Ball is a little low, incomplete.
Third down and 8. West's first possession of this Kansas Shrine Bowl All-Star game. They took the ball by possession following a punt. East squad did get a first down before they relinquished the punt. Here's the pass. Receiver wide open. 40-yard line. Now 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10. Makes a move. 5, and it's going to be a touchdown. Touchdown, 59 yards. Ty Sides scores for the West squad, and the first touchdown of this 2021 Kansas Shrine Bowl goes from the Junction City quarterback to his Phillipsburg receiver, and a big play.
This ball was not thrown low. Andrew Corey throwing it like a dart has the receiver who was in the middle of a flooded zone. They had a guy deep, they had someone short, and right in the middle was Ty Sides, who not only made the catch along the sideline to get the first down, he was able to run through defenders and score on a 59-yard touchdown pass.
And now the point after. Carter Brown is the West kicker. Didn't take long for the West squad to get on, but looks like, yeah, there's a holder back on there. It's Tanner Cash. Cash is the backup quarterback. Snap's good, hold is good, point after is good. And it's 7-0. West squad takes the lead. You're watching the 48th annual Kansas Shrine Bowl from Gowan Stadium on the campus of Hutchinson Community College. West leads 7-0.
Every athlete dreams of winning, of all their hard work and determination coming to fruition, of being crowned a champion. At Cotton O'Neill Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we live for those empowering moments. When injuries happen, we work with you to get you back in the game, quickly and safely. Don't just dream of winning. Make it happen with Cotton O'Neill Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
We've all heard what they say about us. Flyover state, middle of nowhere, a bunch of country folk. Go ahead and fly on over. There's nothing going on. Nowhere to be. And yeah, we've got a lot of hard-working, entrepreneurial, best neighbor you could ask for farm families. We're proud of Kansas, and that's why we built our entire network for it. Next Tech Wireless, keeping Kansans connected.
In 2021, for the first time ever, Strataca, the Underground Salt Museum, is hosting the Shrine Bowl 5K Run. Beat the heat and go 650 feet underground where it's 68 degrees year-round. Visitors are taken underground on a 6-ton hoist where they can explore detailed exhibits within the mine, ride on an underground train, and take the dark ride tour, where you can pick up your own piece of salt. Go ahead and get underground bound and book your tour today at underkansas.org.
Watch me. Watch my first step turn to leaps and bounds. Watch me play carefree while the world goes round. Listen to me join in with every girl and boy. Screams of happiness, limitless joy. Watch me run through the grass and sand. They said I would, now I can. Watch me. Shriners Hospitals for Children. The most amazing care anywhere.
West team puts together a 61-yard drive. They lead the East by a score of 7-0. A 59-yard pass play from Corey to Ty Sides, who has found himself wide open. He scoots to the end zone. The West takes the lead here. Sign Brothers is the official apparel provider of the Kansas Shrine Bowl. Be sure to stop by the apparel booth to get your game day souvenir. Learn more at sign-brothers.com. The kickoff headed toward the East squad, and this one is going to go in the end zone as well. So the East squad will take a first down and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Head coach Brian King is a graduate of Emporia State, served as the East assistant coach last year, as Stan pointed out. He joins recent coaches Warren Seitz and Scott Vang, who also played in the Shrine Bowl and then coached in it. So it's not going to be long before they're all grandpas and their grandchildren are playing in the game. Right now we're kind of a 2-generation game, about to be a 3-generation game. But the East squad goes back to work, first down and 10 at its own 20-yard line.
It's shown by there's a number of players out there on the field whose fathers played in this game.
Absolutely.
Especially on the west side, there are a lot of players. But Brian King, a cornerback in the 2000 game, is probably talking to cornerbacks right now about not allowing a touchdown pass of 59 yards on 3rd and 8.
Jackson Miller goes back to pass as a receiver, open the 25-yard line. That's Justin Mitchell. Mitchell from Shawnee Mission Northwest fights off would-be tacklers. What a strong after the catch run by him. He gets over to the 28, now 29-yard line. Nice pickup of 8-9 yards on first down.
Good accurate throw by Jackson Miller from the left hash all the way out to the right side, right in stride. Good tackling by the West, but a nice play on first down to Justin Mitchell.
Second down and a long yard for the East squad. West squad gave up one first down and then forced a punt on the East side's first possession of the game. This is their second possession of the football game.
Jackson Miller is the quarterback. He played at DeSoto, where Brian King, the head coach, is from, but he's not the offensive coordinator tonight.
Wide open. Catch is made. Max Close with Shawnee Mission South. He's at the 30-yard line. Chased down from behind. He gets all the way down to the 27-yard line. Max Close. He's headed to Missouri, and he's also a Sunday school teacher. He moves the East squad down in position to the 28-yard line.
Nice pass over the top on play action to Max Close, and his dad's going to be very proud of him. His dad, Joe, was a tight end that played at Old Mizzou from 82 to 86, and his son, playing his last high school football game, catches the ball down the middle. He's going to go to Mizzou but not play football. Max Close looking good early in this game.
Jackson Miller has his squad down at the 28-yard line. East trails the West 7-0. And now the handoff. This is given to Landon Guchenritter. Guchenritter is from Jeff County North. All conference, all state selection. He's going to play at William Jewell next year, 6'2", 190-pounder. So, you know, if I'm Brian King, I want to have as many offensive players as I can put their hand on the football just to settle them down. I think that's the idea, and they've done pretty well so far.
Yeah, both offenses looking pretty good to start this game. And, yeah, I would put the ball in as many guys' hands as possible because guess what? These are all-stars.
Right.
You cannot miss. No matter who you turn to and give the ball to, you're like, yeah, this is an all-star. Let's give him the football.
2nd down and 8. Back just off the right shoulder. And then surrounded. Got back to the line of scrimmage, maybe. Actually a loss of a yard. And what a play by the West squad. Caden Winter. He's out of Andale. He's going to go to Pratt as a wrestler, and he grappled his way through the front line of the Red squad to make the tackle.
There's been a couple of plays where the West has been able to squeeze the quarterback run and give no room. You see both sides from right and left just squeeze the play down. So it's not so much the blocking up front that stops the play. It's that edge squeeze, and a nice play by the West defense.
3rd down and 9. Let's see if he rolls right. Back in the pocket. It's going to get slapped down at the line of scrimmage, deflected, and a big hand got up there. Among those, Ethan Stulsatz.
Incomplete.
And also Eli Wilcox out of Augusta. Wilcox has had a nice game so far in the early going.
On his way to Pitt State to play some football. A pretty tall guy, 6'5", got his hands up there, knocked it down, and East will stay on the field. No chance of thinking about a field goal here. They're going to go for 4th and 9.
4th and a long 9. Ball is placed at the 27-yard line. 2 tight ends set, 3 receivers. Miller goes back under heavy pressure, gets a screenplay. If he can get a block, he can get to the first down marker and does, and then more. Darby Roper out of Haven, who's headed to Hutch. He'll play right here. Sports in Kansas Class 2A Player of the Year. He just got a huge first down and a 4th down conversion for the East squad.
The intricacy to run a screen pass. Sometimes the pros have timing out how to run a screen pass, but right here you see Jackson Miller drop the ball over, and look at the linemen setting up. There are 3 different guys blocking only 1 defender, and they do a great job of getting a job done. You get the first down and even get a late hit as Carter Brown pushed the runner at the last second. What a play. That wasn't an easy catch either. That ball was a little bit low as he scooped it up, but great job by the offensive lineman to go out, double team the 1 defender that could cause some problems, and the East converts on 4th down.
In fact, they moved it to 6. Personal foul on the West squad following the first down, so 1st and goal for the East squad. At the West 6-yard line, West is up 7-0. East trying to get on the scoreboard here. 4th down conversion has set this up. Receiver in motion from the right to left side. A mishandle under pressure. And he's going to be rambled all the way back at the 20-yard line. What a miscue by the West squad. Didn't have much time to recover from that one, and a loss of 15 yards on the play.
Darby Roper, one of the captains for the West, was able to get the sack. But here you see the bad snap, and Jackson Miller is trying to decide what to do, and rather than throw it away at this point, he tucks the football, and with that allows Darby Roper to throw him out of bounds, and a big loss all the way back to the 20-yard line.
Now, 2nd and goal from the 20 will be a tough challenge for the East squad as they were knocking on the door, especially against the West defense. Lines up with 3 up front. You have 4 very quick linebackers and like to rush from either side. And now speaking of the rush, in to make the play, that's the future K-State Wildcat, Gavin Hazelhorst, school record holder at Hayes for the most tackles for a loss, and he creates the loss right there.
You see why Chris Kleiman and his assistants recruited this young man, exploding through, knowing as a passing down, was able to bust inside of the left tackle, Denver Gardner, and get right to the quarterback. 2 big negative plays for the West defense against the East offense.
Well, the 2 big plays for the East squad so far have been touch passes from Jackson Miller. One the screen play, the other the pass to the tight end. And this time he's got 3rd down and goal from the 28-yard line. Empty house backfield for him. Looking for a receiver in the corner. Pass is going to be incomplete. Nearly getting picked off by Hazelhorst, who had a better chance at it than did the receiver. The third down pass is incomplete. Vetu Colomo from Wichita Northwest had a shot at it.
Yeah, young man getting ready to go to Northern Illinois. Ended up having the best chance to catch the football, was unable to, and then the ball popped up. East was hoping that someone would get to it. They did not. And now, after going for fourth and what they thought was long earlier, 9, this is completely different. They're at the same spot, but it's 4th and goal from the 28.
Going to have to come up with a scoring play here. Pass is caught, and that's the play earlier that worked. Max Close makes the catch, but the drive will end at the West 12-yard line. And we're going to take a break here. 7-0. West will get the football when we come back. They're watching the 48th annual Kansas Shrine Bowl from Gowan Stadium in Hutchinson.
Sign Brothers, a proud Shrine Bowl partner, is more than your average sign company. We go statewide, specializing in all types of messages for sports and schools. Wall graphics for locker rooms, gyms, or school entry areas. Sign Brothers will design and install graphics that get your students and players excited about this school year. They also make banners, field and gym signs, plus all types of custom coded messages for directions and social distancing. So reach out today for custom designed signs and learn about our special pricing for your school or business.
Our first picnic, our first dance, our big trip, our first home, and all the belly laughs in between. These are the moments I'll always remember. I don't drink and drive. I have more memories to make.
Remember what matters most. Don't drink and drive. Do it for them. A message from the Kansas Department of Transportation and your law enforcement community.
Watch me. Watch me pirouette with style and grace. An open floor of inspiration. This is my place. 5 positions to start, leotard and tights. A story through movement, under music and lights. Straight and tall, they promised I'd stand. I'm a ballerina who twirls like the blades of a fan. Watch me. Innovative scoliosis treatment at Shriners Hospitals for Children. The most amazing care anywhere.
West leads the East by a score of 7-0. West will take it first down and 10 on the 13-yard line. East got down to the 6-yard line, and then a miscue, and the football fumbled, recovered by the East squad, and now the West goes to work, up 7-0. Here's Corey. The pass caught to Jaden Garrison. Garrison from Little River. He'll be playing football right here at Hutch. 8-man Division I Offensive Player of the Year. He makes the play, and a nice pickup for the West squad on first down. I like Corey's touch as a quarterback. He's really got a great feel for the offense.
Obviously, he knows this offense so well, and Randall Zimmerman has made it so much fun. He's signaling into plays, and all the players have learned the signals. In fact, he allowed the players to name whatever they wanted the play to be. So he's trying to get a buy-in from everybody.
Trying to find some corners now. Turns direction. Still on his feet. 10-yard line. Gets close to the 11-yard line. That'll end it. That was Elias Carson. And Carson shifted directions, but the East squad made up for it, and in on the hit was Brandon Martin. He's out of Tonganoxie.
Going to Butler Junior College, and boy, he put a big hit on. The defense did a nice job of pursuit, just blew this play up and forced Josh Sanders to head backwards. And if you think he's going to squirt out of there, no, look at that hit, head up, square. Nice job by Brandon Martin.
Now that East defense, 3-3 stack. Basehor Linwood coach Rod Stahlbaumer is in charge of it. Got Ethan Kramer of Mill Valley, nose tackle up front. And third down and now 11 for the West squad as Corey puts it back in motion from the right side to the left with plenty of time to throw. Flag now thrown, looking for a receiver and has one. 45-40, 35-yard line, but a flag was thrown in the play. The catch was made. Jonah Reuter out of Norton made the catch, but that flag was thrown from the head, from the referee, who was Bill Klecken.
I think Harlan Obioha, the big 6'11" or maybe 7-foot player from 8-man Hoxie, is going to get called for holding on the play at the right tackle.
Half the distance to the goal.
So it's going to be called back, but what a nice throw by Andrew Corey.
Boy, Corey
delivered
really
that thing right in stride.
Boy, was it ever.
I wanted to show Harlan Obioha, but not with the holding call.
No.
So I feel bad about doing that. But 6'11", playing offensive line. He's used to playing 8-man football at Hoxie, and now he's going to get 6A players, 5A players.
He's headed to Basketball Rocky Mountain Sports Academy. That's where he gets to play hoops at. So actually, he's going to re-register as a recruit for 22. So it's kind of like you take your senior year over.
Prep school type of
school,
thing.
yeah. So
In
third
Colorado.
down, yeah, Colorado, and an interesting decision back in the end zone. Speaking of touch pass, ball's caught. 30, no, incomplete. Boy, he had that. That was wrapped up by Woodrow Rezac of Rossville. Check that. Julius Bolden of Wichita Northwest had that in his hands and just could not come down with it.
What a throw by Andrew Corey. Great call by Randall Zimmerman, and out and up. And he dropped this ball in perfectly in stride, and a big chance to not only pick up a first down on third and very long, but possibly to take it all the way to the house. They already have a 59-yard touchdown, but a holding call and a drop pass forces the West to punt backed up at the 6-yard line.
Now, Jonah Reuter is the punter for the West squad. East squad's got some wheels, and their guys are set at the 45-yard line, including Justin Mitchell, Tristan Everhard. And with his heels on the back line of the end zone, gets this up. And it takes a kick to the side. So talk about field position. East is going to be in great shape. They'll take over first down and 10 on the 36-yard line. So East defense did what it needed to do following the East offense inability to get it in the end zone. They're giving their squad another opportunity here.
Well, they're holding their breath right now going, wow, I'm glad that holding call occurred. I'm glad that pass was not completed on the sideline. And you just try to tell your team, forget all that. We get the ball to 36 going in. Let's try to match that West 7 points and tie this game up.
So first down and 10 for the East squad. They're at the West 36-yard line. Now whistle and a timeout's going to be called by the West squad.
West takes their first timeout.
The Venmo Challenge is back. Make a donation of $25 or more to your Venmo at Kansas Shrine Bowl, and you can see your message and contribution at the bottom of tonight's broadcast. Give a shout out to your favorite Kansas Shrine Bowl participant and do it all for the kids. That's kind of fun. That's a neat little trick here, and all part of the effort by the Kansas Shrine Bowl. Set a record. Maybe this year they can do it to break the all-time record for a contribution in a single year. And by the way, Stan, see those things on the left and right side of your screen?
Oh yes, I see them.
You put your phone up and take a picture of it, and it'll show you how to do that, how to make a contribution. So how about that in this day and age?
So great to be interactive, and I got to just keep my mind on football because these messages down below wishing their players the best are so fun to read. I'll be spending all my time down there reading the messages and seeing, hey, Larry Fulbright giving $20. Michelle, thanks for giving $50. So it's really cool to see. Thanks for doing it.
That's fun.
Great messaging out there. Great job by the Shrine Bowl to be leading edge on this. So you got to watch football and be entertained other ways as well. Maybe even listening to us.
It's fun to be a part of your Saturday here in Hutchinson. Jackson Miller, by the way, first down and 10, 36-yard line. I'll hold that thought for a second. As Isaac Stanton is now the quarterback. Isaac Stanton was at Mays High School. He transferred to Basehor Linwood. He has developed into the best quarterbacks in the Kansas City area, threw for over 2,600 yards, 32 passing touchdowns. So Jackson Miller, by the way, I was going to mention that he decommitted from Hutch, and the news this week is that he's headed to Northwest Missouri State. Perhaps a thought next time he's in the ball game. But second down, no gain on the play, and part of the reason why, boy, they're tough up front.
Gavin Hazelhorse has been hard to block.
Second down 10 for the East squad. 3 receivers set, now trying to get a block. surrounded immediately. Andrew Schwinn was the ball carrier, but Shadron Blanca, 8-man Division II Offensive Player of the Year, making an outstanding defensive play.
Yeah,
there's our first 8-man mention, isn't it?
Yes, it's the first 8-man from the West squad, and good tackle there. And you just got all kinds of K-State recruits or guys that are going to play football for K-State walking on, gray shirting, up on that front. So that West front is very hard to deal with right now. This time it was Blanca making the tackle for no gain.
3rd down and 10 for the East squad. Stan's a different kind of quarterback. He's going to find a handoff in a lane to the 30-yard line. Needs to get to the 26 for a first down. A nice pickup and a terrific defensive play by Badu Colomo, who shook off a would-be blocker to make the play.
This is going to be a situation where they knew they had 2 downs. It was 3rd and 10, but they knew they weren't going to punt. They weren't going to try a field goal, so they ran a draw. We saw them run a screen successfully on 3rd and long. They run a draw. This is like the days of Len Dawson or something, the 3rd down calls, but they know they have 3 yards to go. They wanted to make a manageable 4th down play. Already the 3rd time that the East squad is going to snap the ball on a 4th down play.
Boy, and a long 3 yards. Receiver goes from right to left. Looking for receivers. Got one, incomplete. Pass was intended for Jordan Bernard. He's out of Opie. Had it in his hands for a moment. Couldn't hold on to it, but boy, nice pass from Stanton that was right on line.
Just inches off right there. Barnard unable to pull the ball in. Gives it a shot, but for the 2nd straight possession, East gets into West territory and turns the football back over on downs. You see the pass from the end zone, turning to the middle, finding a little bit of an opening ahead of the defender, Trevor Erickson, but the ball dropped, and the West will get the football back at the 29.
West quarterback now is Tanner Cash. He's out of Clearwater, 6'2", 210. Future Hutchinson Community College Blue Dragon, and as good as Corey is, Cash, like Corey, rewrote the record book, including over 3,400 yards, 46 rushing touchdowns, 3,400 rushing passing yards, and 39 touchdown passes. On the far side, there's an East player who is down, which is why there's a timeout on the field. 1 minute, 43 seconds ago in the first quarter. West leads the East by a score of 7-0. The West about to get their 3rd possession of the football game. And while they're tending to the injured player, and a time for both coaches to have a conversation with their team.
I think it's Carter Stanchfield from Paola, 4A school, on his way to Pitt State, looking at his right ankle.
I want to thank you to Hutchinson Community College for supporting the Kansas Shrine Bowl. Partners like Hutchinson Community College are how we've been successful for nearly 50 years. Thank you to the Blue Dragons. By the way, when you see a great play today, be sure to text 1974. That's text 1974 to 816-406-0051 within 30 seconds, and you'll have the latest highlights sent right to your phone. The Kansas Shrine Bowl is excited to partner with E2 Relic, allowing you to capture memories from anywhere. That's the code 1974 to 816-406-0051. So back to work we go. 1st down and 10 for the West squad. They'll start from the 29-yard line, and again, in the run, the quarterback controls Tanner Crash from Clearwater, league's MVP, all-conference defensive back, and he gets his first opportunity. It comes with 1 minute 43 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
He's going to play right here at Hutch JUCO next season. He's a good runner.
As he demonstrates here, 35-40, looking for a block. Going to get a first down up to the 43-yard line, and you said it, Stan. He's a good runner, and good runners know how to follow their blocks, and he certainly did that.
Randall Zimmerman, the offensive coordinator for the West, doing a nice job of calling plays. And after throwing the ball so well with Andrew Corey, his high school quarterback from Junction City, he puts Tanner Cash in and shows some diversity in the offense.
First down play, Cash keeps it again, gets across midfield down to the 49, almost another first down as he gets to the 49-yard line, but looking for almost a stiff arm on the end of that, stumbled forward and got some extra yardage.
Well, Zimmerman's doing a no-huddle offense, and he's trying to have a triple option mentality like you saw back in the old days with the wishbone. He has a run with the running back, a run with the quarterback, or a pass on almost every play.
Cash is going to keep it, going to be wrapped up. Nice play by the East defense. Among those in on the play, Hayden Robb. He's out of Perry LeCompton. And he makes the play and stops it, stuffs it early.
Well, now we got a 3rd and 2. We really haven't seen that 3rd and short. We'll see if the East defense can step up and make a play and force a decision
Brings that 3rd down
by the coaching staff and Lucas Melvin, the head coach of the West.
Cash has called his own number so far. We'll see if he wants to do it here. Short pass play. Pass is incomplete. Intended for Ty Sides of Phillipsburg, who had the touchdown earlier. It almost appeared to me that he looked like he lost it in the sun. Is that possible?
Absolutely. You see their hands up at their eyes right now, Ty Sides, and the ball was thrown kind of between two different guys. And modern football isn't, hey, let's send the punt team out at the 50-yard line. Right now, they're going out there and lining up. Now, are they going to just try to pull the East offside and then punt? Or are they really going to snap it? But look who's back in. Andrew Corey, the Junction City quarterback, is in.
Corey steps up early, holds his hands out. We'll see if they want to go forward with it or not. Ball at midfield. West squad needs 2 yards to keep this drive going.
He's going to punt this.
Yep, Corey, capable punter, and does exactly that. See if he can pin back the East squad. Look at that punt. It's going to trickle into the end zone, but nice effort there. Corey with the punt, punts into the end zone. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the East squad. And when you got a quarterback and do all that, hey, you can pull the hat out of the trick and you can do it.
All kinds of choices right there. And the punt ends up being perfect. If it wouldn't have bounced quite so fast with the north wind behind him, he's got a little bit of a roll. Because by setting up in that offensive formation, the East squad could not put someone back to receive the punt, so it was going to roll. Fortunate for the East, the ball went all the way to the end zone. They'll get the ball at the 20-yard line with 20 seconds left here in the first quarter.
1st down and 10, ball at the 20-yard line. It's like Stanton's back in at quarterback. See if he can get some rhythm. Boy, under some pressure, had to get rid of it quickly, and pass was incomplete. Intended in the general direction of Landon Guchenritter, but no chance.
Nick Herman was there so quickly.
Herman's out of Wichita Collegiate, 6'2", 245, and you're right. He got past the left tackle, and he was on him in a hurry.
He made a nice move, faking to the outside and then busting up on the inside, getting into the quarterback's face. And he watched a little tape of his favorite player, Aaron Donald, the dominant defensive player of the Los Angeles Rams, who causes havoc in the NFL.
2nd down and 10 for the East squad. Receiver in motion from the right side to the left. And now a pass play. Handled nicely by the West defense. In there to make the play, Darby Roper. Roper wasn't fooled. And East team was trying to create a mismatch and trying to find the West squad out of position, and Roper was having none of it. Nice play.
There's a triple option mentality there by the East and Rod Stahlbaumer's offense, but the West had every aspect covered. Watch this replay. The run is stopped there. The quarterback has nowhere to run, and when he throws the ball, there are 2 defenders bracketing outside. No room to go, so just great defense right there. Discipline from sideline to sideline from the West. Troy Black, the defensive coordinator, the head coach at Wichita Collegiate, the 3A school, really had his defense in the right spot.
3rd down and 9. Isaac Stanton's got it back to his right. And a timeout's going to be called by the East squad. Because this is one of those situations where they don't want to give up field position, and they want to get this right. So far, the big offensive plays for the East squad have been screen plays and touch passes. They haven't had much success running the football, but certainly something to talk. Take a great look here at the moment, the cheerleaders, the All-Stars who are here as well. And you take a look at the rest squad and some animation. They're trying to get some blocking up front. This West defense running a 3-4. Got major help from Caden Winter of Andale, Manhattan High, K-State bound Damian Elalio. Means that defensive tackle spot. We haven't seen a lot of him so far.
He's making a couple of guys block him on every play.
And then he's doing his part, right?
Exactly. I mean, he is the guy that you have to watch for, one of the most highly touted players on the West team. And then on the opposite side, playing that defensive end in that 3-man front is Gavin Hazelhorse, who's also been a factor. And so this West front, they were very excited about what they thought of this group, that they'd be hard to move the ball on. And so far they've done that, except for a couple of plays. There was that throw down the middle, getting the ball to the tight end, Max Close. It was successful earlier in the first quarter.
Stanton trying to find some protection so he can get a little bit of time. It's 3rd down and 9 on the rollout. Has a little bit of time this time. Has a receiver. Passes caught. Looks like he's out of bounds. Ball was caught. It's going to be ruled out of bounds.
Isaac Stanton's pass.
And third down and 9. Looked like downfield. Nick Allen was defending. He's out of Riley County. And Stanton had a receiver. Just couldn't find him. And the punt squad is on for the East squad.
Rolling out to the right on third down. They've done it a couple of times, and both quarterbacks, Jackson Miller earlier and Isaac Stanton here, tried to get the ball further downfield and just missed on the opportunity. And with that ball being incomplete, it stops the clock mark, which means that the East doesn't run out the first quarter clock, and that means they have to punt into the wind. They would have rather have had a play that used all the time up and then punt with the wind to start the second quarter.
Desmond Purnell stands back at his 8-yard line. Gets a nice snap. Punt is high. Fair catch called for.
He went straight up, hit the wind, and just dropped down.
So ball at the 47-yard line, and we're at the end of the quarter here. First quarter ends with the Kansas Shrine Bowl 2021. The West squad with a huge play, a 59-yard pass play to tie sides. And it's 7-0 West. You're watching the 48th annual Kansas Shrine Bowl from Gowan Stadium on the campus of Hutchinson Community College.
We've all heard what they say about us. Flyover state, middle of nowhere, a bunch of country folk. Go ahead and fly on over. There's nothing going on. Nowhere to be. And yeah, we've got a lot of hard-working, entrepreneurial, best neighbor you could ask for farm families. We're proud of Kansas, and that's why we built our entire network for it. Next Tech Wireless, keeping Kansans connected.
Every athlete dreams of winning, of all their hard work and determination coming to fruition, of being crowned a champion. At Cotton O'Neill Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we live for those empowering moments. When injuries happen, we work with you to get you back in the game, quickly and safely. Don't just dream of winning. Make it happen with Cotton O'Neill Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Watch me. Watch me shine with every snap. Born to move fans, to cheer and clap. 2 different legs, that's how I play. One built from science to help me on the day. Between these lines, I'm all heart and muscle. Don't stare too long, you'll miss the hustle. Watch me. Pioneers in prosthetic technology at Shriners Hospitals for Children. The most amazing care anywhere.
Get back in the game with the Kansas Shrine Bowl Alumni Association. We hope the Kansas Shrine Bowl had an impact on your life. Now help us continue to impact the lives of kids at Shriners Hospitals for Children. Get reconnected with the Kansas Shrine Bowl at kansasshrinebowl.com/alumni. This year we'll have special offers and events just for our alumni. Former coaches, players, and staff members. Go to kansasshrinebowl.com/alumni and complete the form.
With Stan Weber in the field, Leon Liebel also with us. I'm Mark Ewing. The second quarter begins. 7-0 West leads the East squad. West will take over first down and 10 at their own at the East 48-yard line. So, boy, what a place to start a drive here. West didn't need any help. Andrew Corey is back running quarterback for the West squad. Gives to the back, and what a play. Blown up immediately. East squad needed a lift and got one from Ethan Kramer out of Mill Valley. All he did in high school was play on back-to-back 5A state championship teams.
In the Kansas City area at Mill Valley, they've had great success, and this guy won the Buck Buchanan Award as the best interior lineman in all of the Kansas City metropolitan area. That's including the Missouri schools, and he has been a leader. He's the first guy at every practice, every meeting, on his way to the Colorado School of Mines, a real engineering mind and a physical presence in the middle. Makes a nice tackle for loss.
So down 18, Corey back to pass, under pressure, gets out to the sideline, and pass is incomplete. It was intended for Elias Carson, also in the neighborhood.
Pass intended for Jake Shope is incomplete.
Great pressure by the East. They haven't had a lot of pressure on the quarterback, but this time on the roll, they were able to get there and force Andrew Corey to throw the ball a little bit earlier than he wanted to. And remember, he's throwing into the wind for the first time. He's thrown those touch passes, those soft passes. This one got caught in the wind, dropped short, and could have been picked off because it didn't get all the way to the receiver. So neither team has been able to find a way to run the football. There has been a big play on the East side, but they've missed a couple of fourth downs because they had a bad snap when they snapped the ball inside of 10. The West leads 7-0 because they had one big-time 59-yard touchdown play.
3rd down and 18. Let me check the name. Josh Sanders from Mays was the intended receiver. Here's a pass. Boy, nice pass. They didn't come down with it. It was intended for Ty Sides. Sides, the recipient of the long touchdown pass from Corey. Boy, Corey's got a nice little gun. It's almost hard to believe that he's not going to play college football. He is really a nice player, nice arm.
Now here, taking the heat with a hit right into his waist area. He threw an accurate throw to Ty Sides, and Sides unable to pull the ball in. So the West is going to have to punt. It is their 3rd punt of the game, and the first time they have to punt into the wind. Good job by the East driving it backwards. Remember, the East looked at the West offense and said they had, wow, the best starting position they've had all night, 48-yard line going in, but they knocked them back 8 yards.
Carter Brown to punt this, 2 steps forward. Nice little punt. Gets a West bounce. Forward to about the 20-yard line, call it the 21-yard line. The East squad will take over. So, Stan, if you're the East squad and you've had some struggles on offense against this tough West defense, what adjustment can you make as an all-star team?
Well, there's all kinds of adjustments that you can make, but you just try to find a play or two that you feel most comfortable with. Gain a little confidence. Slow down the West pass rush. Like I said, neither team has been able to find a way to run the football. Could the East somehow get the ball to Andrew Schwinn, get a little more running, and not be in such obvious passing situations? Both teams every down, 1st and 10, 2nd and medium. It's been a passing down all night long.
1st down and 10 at the 21-yard line. Jackson Miller has it, called his own number, gets back to the line of scrimmage, and the West right there to greet him. Not much room up front. And that time I saw a big number 45 in there, Damon Ilalio. In on the play, Manhattan High School product, going to K-State. Boy, that front 3 or 4 for that West squad is pretty tough.
It is, and they've stuffed the running game up the middle. We've seen a little bit of zone read, quarterback run up the middle, and just every time it's like running into a big green wall. This time again, and no gain on 1st down.
2nd down and 10. We'll see if the East squad goes to the air here. And Miller's going to keep it. 20, 25-yard line. Flag does fly up to the 30-yard line.
Jackson Miller
West brought a blitz that time. Really tried to clog things up in the middle. Jackson Miller was able to break a tackle and get to the outside.
Well, I said flag, but I guess there wasn't a flag.
Down and 5 from the 26.
Good scramble by the quarterback because it looked like he was dead to rights right there. But he's able to get away from that tackle, get upfield, and get a 3rd and medium, and there hasn't been very many of those for East. It's been 3rd and long and then 4th down tries, so we'll see if they can execute here.
East needs to get to the 31-yard line to reset the downs. Empty house backfield, low snap. Screenplay set up, incomplete.
Sun in his eyes.
Boy, sure.
Just a bad break. Look at the shadows.
Jackson Miller's pass.
The screen pass was well set up, the wide receiver screen with the West attacking the quarterback. That's what they wanted. They're trying to get the ball out to Bo Reeves, but I don't think Reeves saw the ball at all. He hardly made a play on it. The ball bounced near him, just a missed opportunity. And you can just see that the angles of the shadow, that's exactly where he was looking, right into the sun.
East has turned it over a couple times on downs. This is their 1-2, now 3rd punt of the game. A good-looking punt. Look at that one. Underneath it, mishandled it. Now it goes down to a knee. Ball will go to the 27-yard line as the West Ty Sides. A nice job just to get back to it. We're going to take a break here. 7-0 West leads the East in the 48th annual Kansas Shrine Bowl. We're back to Hutch in a moment.
Our first picnic. Our first dance. Our big trip. Our first home. And all the belly laughs in between. These are the moments I'll always remember. I don't drink and drive. I have more memories to make.
Remember what matters most. Don't drink and drive. Do it for them. A message from the Kansas Department of Transportation and your law enforcement community.
Watch me. Here I stand on my own 2 feet. Jump shot intact, here to compete. Skilled hands were there to mend the bone. From loving halls that brought me home. My world stopped with a drive through the lane. Now give me the ball. You'll remember my name. Watch me. Orthopedic excellence at Shriners Hospitals for Children. The most amazing care anywhere.
The Kansas Shrine Bowl has been played throughout Kansas each summer since 1974. Host cities have included Lawrence, Manhattan, Wichita, Topeka, Hayes, Emporia, Pittsburgh. We were Dodge City. Event is being staged in Hutchinson for the first time in 2021. Hutch is the county seat in Reno County, just near the Arkansas River. A population about 45,000, and several thousand of the locals have made their way to Gowan Stadium. First down and 10, 25-yard line. Moving forward, there's the juice, Julius Bolden, with a rare carry for the West squad. He gets about 3 yards on the pickup.
Bolden slipped right there on his way to Northern Illinois. As a big guy, D. Weidman, who was unblocked and squeezed into play. D could not get there, but forced him to make a sharp cut and fall at that point. See big number 75 almost make the tackle.
So second down and 9, in shotgun or pistol. And a pitch, nicely timed, up to the 32-yard line. The West squad needs to get all the way up to the 37-yard line, so pickup of a couple of yards. And that was Josh Sanders. Sanders from Mays. Between Sanders and Bolden, you got a pretty good 4x100 relay team. It's a lot of speed on the field.
Yeah, I love that. Josh Sanders, a running back from the Wichita area at Mays High School, 5A school. His favorite all-time player, Barry Sanders.
Is that coincidence?
Same last name, not related, but why not have Barry Sanders? Yeah. One of the all-time great Kansas players who, I'm telling you, lit it up in the Shrine Bowl.
I'll bet he did. Third down and 7. Goes forward to the 36-yard line. Needed to get to the 38-yard line. And now the West squad trying the ground game a little bit. Good shot of Obioha, and see his size standing next to the running back.
The 3 straight running plays is a commitment to the run. We haven't seen anybody run the ball very effectively, but here you go. It's 4th and 2 at the 35-yard line. Are they going to quick kick it again? It'd be amazing if they went for 4th down here.
4th down and 2, nearly got the East squad to jump off sides.
If you get in a neutral zone in high school, it's a 5-yard penalty, so you don't have to have the center snap it. Head coach Lucas Melvin, I can't imagine he's going to go for 4th down. No, he's going to let his quarterback, this time Tanner Cash, look at a punt.
There we go.
This isn't a great situation because they're punting into the wind.
All right, West squad calls a timeout. Hey, I don't know if Leon, if you can hear me, but this might be a good time to. I heard you have a special guest. I recognize that guy.
This is a defensive battle. We see his quarterbacks running all over the place. This guy did a lot of running back in the day for the Kansas State Wildcats. Perhaps the greatest quarterback in K-State history. Michael Bishop with us again, representing Mammoth Sports Construction. And welcome back to Kansas and the Shrine Bowl, Michael.
Yeah, it's always a great feeling to be back. Great opportunity to watch some high school football. Some good talent out there. So, definitely excited and glad to be back in Kansas.
You were telling me, I asked you if people remember you. You've been getting recognized even in gas stations.
Yeah, I mean, it's all fun. I mean, it's nice to be away for such a long time and then come back and, some of the smallest fans who parents tell them about K-State history. It's great to see those people and see the expression on their face, and it brings back great memories for me as well.
You're up for the College Football Hall of Fame again.
Yes.
Didn't quite make it last year, but we're hoping for this year, and you should be there.
This year should be the year. Hopefully, I get enough votes to get in, and if I don't, I know I've done a lot for K-State, and I know I've done a lot for the college football game. So if I don't get in, I'm gonna keep doing what I'm doing, keep staying positive, and keep influencing kids.
Your impressions this game so far? I mentioned it's a defensive battle.
It is a defensive battle. I'm impressed with the quarterback. He's throwing some great balls right now, and the touchdown pass was a great ball. So, I had a chance to speak with him a little bit and told him, hey, just keep doing what you're doing. That's great ball placement. You're going to catch some and you're going to lose some. So stay with it, and most importantly, have fun.
You were such a spectacular player in college, and I don't know if a lot of younger people appreciate that. Now it was, more than 1997 and 1998. But your videos have been popping up on Twitter a lot and other social media. It's amazing. I mean, we talk about Patrick Mahomes, but some of the stuff you did, running all over the field and completing 60, 70-yard passes, you kind of wish you came along a little later?
Well, at that time, A lot of people weren't doing what we were doing at K-State, so I have to embrace that. I love it. When I see the videos, they let me know that people are still thinking about me, and it keeps me going. So if I had came on a little bit later, I think I would have a great time in the offense now. It's totally wide open. You got some great QBs playing at the college level, at a high level, and they're throwing the ball all over the field. I know with my arm I can make any throw on the field, so it would have been a great atmosphere for me right now.
No doubt about it. You were spectacular, Michael. Thank you so much.
Welcome back,
Michael Bishop,
again, I'm
one of the greatest quarterbacks.
Pregame show for the Kansas Shrine Bowl.
We're going all the way back to even junior college football.
Yes.
And also another great K-State quarterback, Stan Weber, along with Mark Ewing. Back to those guys up in the press box.
Thanks, Leon. You got a chance to talk with our great former K-State quarterback, from one quarterback to
absolutely.
another.
It was great to see him on the field. A nice surprise he's in the state of Kansas because he lives in the state of Texas. Remember, he went to Blinn Junior College, and the only reason why I'd be a great quarterback is I got to broadcast his games. I was talking to my wife. We're getting ready to have our 35th celebration. Our 35th anniversary is tomorrow, 34th actually, my wife and I. And I say, well, is there any time you had your favorite time? And she said, oh, no, it's all favorite. And I go, well, the 90s were pretty good. Our kids were born between 1990, and guess what? My youngest son, Landry, who played in the Shrine Bowl a couple years ago, still plays for K-State, was born on September 18th, 1998. The day after Michael Bishop and the day before Michael Bishop and the boys beat Texas for the first time.
Third down and 9, and that almost a big play made by the East squad. Max Close and Shawnee Mission South. Their defending for the West squad was Ethan Stulsatz out of Wichita, Cape and Mount Carmel, and a third down coming up. East trying to find some momentum. Looks like is it fourth down? Yeah, it's fourth down and 9. So punt opportunity coming here, and out on the field for the East squad comes punter Desmond Purnell. We've seen a lot of him tonight.
Good defense by Stulsatz there, and a missed opportunity by the East with a drop pass on the previous play. But put a ribbon on this for me. I mean, Michael Bishop doing his games was incredible. He would have been great in the 50s, the 90s, 2020. Any year he would have played football at a high level.
Leon, let's get another thought from you with Michael Bishop.
We got Michael Bishop. I mentioned a spokesperson now for Mammoth Construction. One of the reasons he's back here in Kansas. A lot of fans up there distracting you as well. But let's talk about Mammoth a little bit. Literally has the state covered in fields now with the new artificial turf fields in football and baseball.
Absolutely. Not only that, Mammoth is doing a great job with the football fields, with the baseball fields, softball fields. The biggest thing that people forget about is Mammoth is a great family. So everybody that's within the company, they're great people. They're easy to talk to, and they get the job done. So if you need turf, or anybody that needs turf, Mammoth is who you need to go with.
And isn't it amazing now? I mean, when I go to a high school game now, and if I see grass field, that's unusual. It used to be the other way around. But so many schools, big and small, right, are being covered now with the turf.
Yeah, most of the schools around the nation right now, they love to play on turf. It's a fast turf, and a lot of schools that still have grass need to make the switch, and when you make the switch, go with Mammoth.
Hey, I got to ask you one more question about college career. Most memorable moment?
Most memorable moment was the K-State win against Nebraska. Not only for me, but for Coach Snyder. Most importantly, for the great fans of Kansas State history.
It was tremendous. Michael Bishop representing Mammoth Construction. Again, the former K-State great. And you and Stan Weber had to play on that old hard turf, right?
Yeah, we had the old hard turf. I would have loved to play on Mammoth turf right now.
Okay. All right, Mark Ewing, Stan Weber, we'll send it back to you.
Well, I got the sales pitch. I'm looking for turf. I know where to go. That Mammoth is the thing. But I will say this, in all seriousness, turf has been tremendous for high school football, not only in Kansas but in the country. But I'm telling you, you can use it all year round, and it's really improved the game at the high school level.
Well, the great thing about it is during the off season, it's all perfectly lined, and when you go out and practice, you're supposed to do different plays from the hash mark, how far down the field. Back when I was in high school, you just have a grass field, and you went out there and you couldn't tell what 5 yards were until the season when they lined it and cut it. Here you can get good workouts, and then all the sports can go out and utilize it. Gym classes can. If you can afford to invest in it, it is a great investment for all the high schools.
Well, West scored on their first possession of the football game. It was a 59-yard pass from Corey to Ty Sides, but not much since then. The East defense has clamped down, and Corey goes back to work with his West squad. First down and 10 at the own 20-yard line. 3 receivers to the far side of the field. And we'll see what the West squad to see if they can expand their lead here. Meanwhile, the East squad trying to
do what they can do. A mishandle on the snap, looking downfield, got a receiver. Catch is made at the 42-yard line. Guess who? Ty Sides out of Phillipsburg, who's having a heck of a night so far.
The East defense had almost everybody within 5 yards of the line of scrimmage playing man-to-man. And even with a drop snap, great composure by Andrew Corey, and he threw the ball on the back shoulder. Didn't try to throw the ball over the top because the defender had position, and he has great communication with Ty Sides.
Now a quick pass caught by Jonah Reuter to the near side. Pick up about 3 or 4 yards, and West quickly is getting back to the line of scrimmage, trying to get some rhythm here in this no-huddle offense, trying to catch the East from making any substitutions.
Jonah Reuter is one of those West players whose dad played in the Shrine Bowl in 1989. His dad, John, played in the game, and he may not be a favorite guy with a lot of his teammates because you realize his favorite player is Tom Brady.
Oh, boy.
Chiefs fans don't like hearing that too much, but he's picked a good guy, the GOAT in the NFL.
Second down and 6. Here's Josh Sanders. Sanders from A. He's trying to get a block to the far sidelines. Cuts upfield near the hash mark. And the East squad for a moment thought there was a loose football, but
say he's down. And
yeah,
it's gonna
official
be
says he's down. Close to the first down marker.
3rd and short as they cross midfield. Again, having a little trouble getting that snap, but finally Josh Sanders sees some running room. A good cut right there. He could have been tackled before he got close to the first down marker. They actually gave him the first down.
There's Corey. Corey on a rollout, trying to find a receiver. Just has a yard, and he's going to run out of bounds with the 50. I think he's not going to make it. He's needed to get to the 49-yard line. I don't know if Corey knew where the first down marker was. Randall Zimmerman, I can see him as the offensive coach over there. His coach at Junction City is trying to signal first down, but they're going to go for it here.
Well, actually, they gave him the first down in the previous
play.
Play.
Okay.
I thought that they marked it short, but they rounded up, and that's what they do a lot now in modern football. The officials run up and go, let's give them a first down and keep the game going. So that ends up being a first down play for a 3-yard loss.
Second down and 13.
And that's a 5-yard penalty on the defense. You don't have to snap the ball in high school. You get in a neutral zone, whistle blows, plays over, penalty right there. This time trying to get off. Kit Solman gets into the neutral zone. It's a 5-yard penalty. He's going to play right here on this field for Hutchinson Community College next year.
After the penalty, 2nd down and 8 from the 46.
Ball at the 46-yard line, as you heard the public address announcer say. Here's Corey. Corey's got Josh Sanders right next to him. Looking for a receiver. He's going to keep it, trying to get the 40-yard line. He'll scramble out of bounds, almost gets to the 39. First down marker is about the 38-yard line, so he's going to be almost right on it.
They'll give him that first down.
And the Chains are going to move forward. This is the 3rd first down for the West squad on this drive, which started at their own 20-yard line.
No one's looked more comfortable in this game than Andrew Corey. He's a big-time athlete. But just knowing the offense and what Randall Zimmerman wants to get done, Coach Zimmerman knows what his favorite plays are, his favorite passes, and it's been a good combination so far.
Ball at the 38. Here's Josh Sanders. Sanders scrambles away from one defender, but he won't chase away from 3 defenders. In on the play for the East squad defensively, Gavin Peschel out of Marysville. He's headed to K-State. He was their late replacement just prior to camp. And makes the play for the East squad defensively.
Good job of dancing down the line of scrimmage, starting from the left hash and working his way all the way near the right sideline before he gets tackled. Josh Sanders, a Wichita Eagle newspaper top 11 player on his way to Missouri S&T College.
Second down and 4. Corey finds a receiver. Catch is made. This is Jaden Garrison. Garrison's out of Little River. School record holder for Little River out of most touchdowns. And how about Jaden Garrison? Listen to this, Stan. We're going to talk about impressed. KBCA All-Star, 8-man All-Star, KABC All-Star, Shrine Bowl All-Star. This is his 4th All-Star game. He's played in 3 different sports.
Yeah, I think I'm even more impressed by the fact that he wants to get in and major in radiology. What?
Yeah.
He's going to play basketball right across the parking lot for Hutch JUCO.
First down and 10. Now West getting close in scoring position here. Ball at the 28-yard line. This has been an impressive drive. The 4th first down. Here's Corey looking toward the end zone. He's got a receiver. Pass is intercepted. Intercepted in the end zone by Gavin Peschel, the 6-foot, 160-pounder out of Marysville, who's going to major in finance. Just made a big bank play for the East squad.
The receiver was out in front, Mark. They had a chance to get a touchdown, but rolling to your left, and throwing into this wind. Again, the wind made the difference. You can see the receiver out in front. If he could have got the ball to the back of the end zone, it might have been a touchdown. But Jake Shope unable to retreat and get back to where Gavin Pichel was. Pichel makes the interception. First turnover of the game, stops the West drive, and they'll get the football to 20-yard line. And big play for the East.
Plenty of time for the East squad to move down the field. They can get something going. Stanton's the quarterback. The back, Andrew Schwinn. Great shot from the end zone. As you take a look at perfect football conditions here on the last Saturday in June in 2021 for the Kansas Shrine Bowl. Stanton, under pressure, is going to get just absolutely powered down at the 8-yard line. Was he lucky to hold on to the football, because busting in there from the left side was Gavin Hazelhorse. And the kid from Hayes, boy, he had the big train coming.
Well, the worst thing you can do as a quarterback is have to look down to grab the ball on a snap and not be able to look up and see where the defenders are coming. You have no chance. That snap off to his left forced Isaac Stanton to reach down, and when he picked the football up, 22 was all over him.
Boy, good-looking athlete, 6'1", 230 pounds, and a lot of speed. Tough to block. He comes out of the edge and creates a 12-yard loss for the East squad. Now there's an inside handoff. This is Andrew Schwinn. He's at the 20, 25, needs to get to the 30-yard line, goes to the 27, and that time the East squad caught the West squad completely off guard.
Well, the thing was, on second and very long, they were putting the pass rush together. In a three-man rush, it was pretty easy to find the draw. Now the question is, with Shadron Blanca be able to make the tackle one-on-one in open field, and that is very hard duty, as Andrew Schwinn was able to pull away and get further upfield and make this a makeable opportunity at 3rd and 4.
There's a handoff. Schwinn's got it, and he is wrapped up underneath. Kenny Fairman out of Wellington. He's going to play his football at Missouri Southern. He was a state champ in 4A in the shot put, and he grabs the back Schwinn and brings him down after just a very short gain.
Well, the second down play was everyone thinking pass and pass rush. But when it became 3rd and 4, guess what? Troy Black's defense is not thinking pass only, and any time that they've been able to focus in on a run, they've been able to stuff the East in a running game. They do here, forcing the East to punt again.
Desmond Purnell is about to punt for the 5th time. Bo Reeves is the kicker. He'd love to get him on. And a fair catch called for by West Squad's Darby Roper. Roper's out of Haven. And the West Squad now gets first down and 10.
3rd straight series that the East has had 3 plays and been forced to punt. The only good news for them is because they punted with the win, they forced the West to start back at the 27, then the 20, and this time at the 33 after a fair catch.
Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas is proud to be the official health and safety sponsor of the Kansas Shrine Bowl. See how Blue Cross and Blue Shield is helping families across Kansas at bcbsks.com.
3:11 left. Can the West put together a touchdown drive, a scoring drive? It would really feel like a giant lead if they were able to score again, because we've been sitting here so long at 7-0.
First down and 10, ball at the 33-yard line. Corey's out. Josh Sanders has been the back to his right side. Julius Bolden has been in the slot position and looked his way but didn't. Now Corey's got there, comes back to the near side, looking for a receiver, and it's caught at the 35-yard line. The catch is made by Ty Sides. Sides makes another great grab, and all over him, Thad Metcalf out of Perry Lecompton defensively had him absolutely draped, but Corey finds the open receiver. First down for the West squad.
Great improvisation there. How about the fact that he was rolling to the right, ended up rolling to the left and throwing a strike down the field to the 35-yard line. And, man, he has loved throwing the ball to Ty Sides, who has over 100 yards receiving in the first half.
Cannon Carn of Holton makes the tackle there on Juice Bolden. Cannon Carn is going to Baker, 3A Offensive Player of the Year finalist. Again, another really skilled offensive player playing where the coach assigns him on defense, and made a nice play. Second down and 10, ball at the 35 for the West squad now.
Really important for the East to bow their back up here and not allow the West to score right before the half.
There's Corey under pressure, and he's going to be, he avoids one defender but not the second. Bringing him down the sack, Leo Clennon out of Blue Valley Northwest. First team All-State Class 6A And he came from the edge after Leo Clennon nearly made the sack initially.
Clennon did a nice job of getting there, spinning him around, but could not pull the quarterback down. Andrew Corey strong, but the second wave made the tackle. Big play by the East, getting pressure and then finally finishing it off.
By the way, as halftime gets closer here, we don't take a break before halftime because we want to hear the band. They're a big part of the show. So if you're a band parent, guess what? Your kid's about to make showtime here pretty soon. Corey, back to pass. Under pressure. Is going to be wrapped up and brought down. Another sack. And they were at the 35 at one point. Now they're all the way back to the 45-yard line as the clock continues to roll here. Nothing
Hayden
open
Robb.
downfield.
This time Hayden Robb was able to work his way through. They were trying to throw the ball deep downfield, and it just took a little bit too much time. I got in to the running back, Josh Sanders. Andrew Corey couldn't get his feet set, and the East was able to make a tackle and drive the West back to the 45-yard line and force them to punt again. A couple great defensive plays when needed right there to stop the West momentum.
Carter Brown stands at his 40-yard line. He'll be punting away. Jonah Reuter is the punter for the West squad. Back to receive, Justin Mitchell, Tristan Everhard. They stand at their 10-yard line.
He's a lefty punter, too. That's hard to catch.
They're going to let this one. What a play by the West special teams as they're going to down it at the one. Hustling down was Coy Kenny. He's out of Ulysses. And he made a tremendous play to save the ball basically from going into the end zone. And he's going to put East at the 1-yard line. Chance for a safety here for the West to make a scoring play.
Look at 44, Carter Brown getting down there and popping the ball up before it broke the plane of the end zone. And the East just wants to get to halftime right now, but they got to make sure that they don't get a safety. And remember, they practice only shotgun plays.
Right, there's no
so
over
are they going to say, let's try to snap the ball and kneel down or scoot forward, or are you going to snap it back to the quarterback and have him run forward? This is where you wish you had more time to practice when you're an all-star team.
There's Miller.
It's amazing. They're going to snap the ball back into the end zone. And all the old people are going, are you crazy? So he'll probably need to throw the ball here. Oh, they might have caught a break. Who moved first? Got into the neutral zone, a defender.
Oh, it's Herman.
Nick Herman, but what did the offensive lineman, the right tackle, Nathan Smith from Bishop Miege, who's on his way to Quincy University, who moved first?
Ball start.
There's your answer.
Number 50, move prior.
Well, from the 1 to the 18-inch line.
Yeah, he did move early. And, man, this is a long 36 seconds for the East. They just want that clock to run out. You know the West is going to be utilizing timeouts, but they've only got one left. So just a couple of snaps by the East, and they could run out the clock.
I'm trying to see if the West is going to show some pressure here. Look like they're content not to. Meanwhile, long count, and then a timeout's going to be called.
You got to think about this. I mean, what are you going to do? Are you really going to snap the ball 3 or 4 yards back into the end zone and then try to run it out against this West defense who's stuffed everything? You tried to run, and they can smell the blood of wanting to get in the backfield. Or you're going to throw, which you cannot hold the ball very long. More than likely, you're going to throw an incompletion, which stops the clock. So really some tough examples. This is a time where I might, as a coach, go over, grab the center and the quarterback, get another football and say, you guys know how to take a snap, don't you? Practice a couple right now because I want a quarterback sneak it.
Well, we've had 2 years ago, we had some interesting plays there that involved that. We've had some, you can't practice everything, and the opportunities are slim and few and far between, but that's why we call it an all-star game. Farm Bureau Financial Services has been a proud supporter of the Kansas Shrine Bowl for more than 40 years. Protect what you value most. Contact your local agent today. Meanwhile, Visit Hutch is proud to be a partner of the Kansas Shrine Bowl. See all the great things to see and do in the community at visithutch.com. The Northwest Kansas Shrine Club is the official transportation provider of the Kansas Shrine Bowl. Thank you, Northwest Kansas Shriners, for all you do to help the kids. Stan? I think I cut you off mid-thought there, didn't I?
I'm thinking, it's not easy to take a snap if you didn't practice it over and over. Back in the old days, everyone knew how to take a snap, and you say, oh, that's easy, but it really isn't. So it's probably something you don't want to mess with because these kids start in 6th, 7th, 8th grade, shotgun, but man, the odds right now of the West being able to cause some havoc are high.
Trying to get the line of scrimmage, does so, 5-10-yard line out to the 15, spins forward to 17. And how about Miller? Jackson Miller comes over the play, tucks under pressure, and gets a first down for the East squad.
Nice run by Jackson Miller. When the defender flashed right there, you're thinking something bad can happen. But what a great block by Landon Guchenritter. Guchenritter was able to make just enough of a block that there was room to run. What a big play to save a safety, and Jackson Miller is able to get enough yardage that the East is going to be within a touchdown when we go to the half.
Yeah, and Miller couldn't have been more excited, and that is how the half is going to end. We got one touchdown, a lot of punts, a lot of outstanding defensive plays, and our halftime comes to a conclusion. West leads the East by a score of 7-0, so the East heads to their respective locker room, the West heads to theirs, and meanwhile, while the players head their way, we get a chance to talk about what has happened this week. The West Camp practice at Bethany College in Lynchburg. West Camp directors are Richard Steele and Greg King. East Camp, Ottawa University in Ottawa. The East Camp directors, Jack Call and Tim Williams. They do a terrific job to organize all the things that you have to do to run a camp. And they did a tremendous job there in regard to all the things that they've done. The Shrine Bowl events are produced and presented to benefit the Shriners Hospitals for Children. The Shriners Health Hospitals for Children, a healthcare system of 22 hospitals dedicated to improving the lives of children by providing pediatric specialty care, innovative research, and outstanding teaching programs for medical professionals. Children of up to age of 18 are eligible for care and receive all services in a family-centered environment regardless of the patient's ability to play. Speaking of pay, raising money, the Kansas Shrine Bowl, approximately $50,000 in profit. It sends 100% of those profits to the hospital. So now it's time for the Shrine Bowl of Kansas, where they're proud to present today's halftime show. It's under the direction of Larry Brownlee and supported by Masons across Kansas. It's the 38th Kansas Masonic All-State High School Marching Band, and joining the band tonight is also the cheerleading squad. They're under the direction of Laura Klimafer. The 2021 Kansas Shrine Bowl All-Star Squad will perform along the Kansas Masonic All-State High School Marching Band. And as they take the field here, the Kansas Shrine Bowl of Kansas presents the 38th Annual Kansas Masonic All-State High School Marching Band. Let's listen in.
Tonight's show features 4 decades of rock and roll. From the 1960s, we have Get Back by the Beatles. From the 70s is Carry On My Wayward Son by Kansas. From the 80s is Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. And we end with the 90s in All Star by Smash Mouth. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the field the 2021 Masonic All-State High School Marching Band. Joining the band tonight under the direction of Alora Klima Fair, please welcome 2021 Kansas Shrine Bowl All-Star Cheer Squad.
Well, one of the coolest parts of the Kansas Shrine Bowl is the band performance, and under the direction of Larry Brownlee and then the cheerleaders and Laura Klimafer. That was certainly a great tribute and a lot of fun to watch. Kansas best high school musicians showcased an event at pregame and halftime, and that's good enough for us to take a break at the moment. West leads the East 7-0. When we come back, check presentations from Gowan Stadium. You're watching the 48th annual Kansas Shrine Bowl from Hutchinson.
Sign Brothers, a proud Shrine Bowl partner, is more than your average sign company. We go statewide, specializing in all types of messages for sports and schools. Wall graphics for locker rooms, gyms, or school entry areas. Sign Brothers will design and install graphics that get your students and players excited about this school year. They also make banners, field and gym signs, plus all types of custom COVID messages for directions and social distancing. So reach out today for custom designed signs and learn about our special pricing for your school or business.
Watch me. Watch my first step turn to leaps and bounds. Watch me play carefree while the world goes round. Listen to me join in with every girl and boy. Screams of happiness, limitless joy. Watch me run through the grass and sand. They said I would, now I can. Watch me. Shriners Hospitals for Children, the most amazing care anywhere.
7-0 is our score. West leads East. You're watching halftime. Our cheerleaders and our Masonic band just performed. What they're doing at the moment is mentioning some of the other events that happened during the day. The Kansas Shrine Bowl Fan Fest, the Player Appreciation Banquet, which was held at Kansas State Fairgrounds. The Kansas Shrine Bowl Mine Run happened this morning. The 5K run, helping raise money for the kids at the Shriners Hospitals for Children, presented by Stratica Fitness. It was staged in the famous salt mines, which was 600 feet underground. It was really something to watch. You saw our pregame show. The participants had to wear lights and headgear. The Kansas Shrine Bowl Golf Tournament happened yesterday at the Crazy Horse Sport Club and Golf Course. It was sold out. There wasn't a golf cart left. High school combine happened today. Sports in Kansas combine for the Kansas Shrine Bowl, and then the parade this morning featuring the famous and less than famous shrine units and shrine clubs from across Kansas. All-star football teams began at 10 o'clock this morning, Main Street and Avenue B, and that along with the Junior All-Star Challenge. Also on the plate for the Saturday 2021 Kansas Shrine Bowl, and then Shrine Bowl Band Camp. We just watched their performance of 140 participants. They were good, weren't they, Stan? They were very good.
Very good. It's hard to believe they could play that well together that quickly. So if you're not talented and you're an all-star, you can get it done. But we've also had the junior cheer occur, a junior all-star challenge, the punt, pass, and kick. Younger kids getting involved and being involved in the Shrine Bowl experience. It's been a big-time Friday and Saturday here in Hutchinson.
All right, so what's going on at the moment? They're introducing some key members of the Shriners. I won't mention all of their names, but I will mention a couple of them. Vice President is Greg King. He's from Great Bend. The Vice President, Donnie Bohannon, is from Holton. Third Vice President, Drew Couch of Derby. Vice President and Secretary Peter Martin of Yates Center. Alan Biamonte is from Overland Park. Ralph Streeit is from Larned. Mike Powell from Topeka. Jim Hallberg from Colwich. Stan Jehay from Arcadia. Frank Schell from Olathe. Don Boxberger from Russell. Jack Call from Emporia. And the immediate past president and 12-year board member for Independence, Steve Amisager. This marks actually Steve's final game serving on the Kansas Shrine Bowl Board of Directors. And now the check presentations going on at the moment, Kansas Shrine Bowl. This is from Blue Cross Blue Shield of Kansas, and we'll do them a favor and present every check as they do, because certainly we want to give our sponsors of the Kansas Shrine Bowl their due and what they do, and the game certainly couldn't take place without them. Behind the Blue Cross Blue Shield, which is the Rooks County Shrine Club.
By some of our sponsors. The mock-up checks you see being presented by their company.
And they're next. Notice the memo says for the kids. Hashtag for the kids in case you're keeping up on Twitter at the moment. In fact, if you are, the Venmo challenge, I'll mention again, is back. What you're seeing at the bottom portion of your screen, you can make a donation of $25 or more to your Venmo at Kansas Shrine Bowl. You can see your message and contribution at the bottom of tonight's broadcast. Give a shout out to your favorite Kansas Shrine Bowl participant, and you can do it all night for the kids, which we've seen a lot of it so far. It's been kind of fun. Also, if you're watching the Kansas Shrine Bowl, you can also text to Easy Relic 1974 and see your favorite play. Here's Crawford County Convention and Visitors Bureau giving $1,000. Hey, Stan, we're back in Pittsburgh next year. In fact, for the next Shrine Bowl game, RCB Bank of Hutchinson delivers a $1,000 check.
Pittsburgh, home of Pitt State, will be in that stadium, a Division II team that has all kinds of fan support in Southeast Kansas. And that'll be our 6th game in the 49th game next year when we go to Pittsburgh, which will tie Topeka for the 4th most games at one site. That'll be next year in the 49th straight Shrine Bowl game in the state of Kansas.
TFM Communications with a check for $1,000 and up to Next Tech Wireless for $2,000. Let me also mention that Farm Bureau Financial Services delivered $1,000, and then Short and Son Incorporated of Goodland. There you go, Short and Son. with a couple $1,000 and really generous offerings here. This is as many checks, Dan, as I think I've seen in a long time. In fact, I can't remember the last time we had, but there's Next Tech Wireless. There's Stormont Vell with $3,000. There's also Midway Motors there somewhere with a $3,000 check. But Stormont Vell delivering. This is kind of like an assembly line here. As you notice, the checks going from one Shriner to the next. Midway Motors with $3,000. Midway Motors out of McPherson.
It's great to see the contributions and people to step up and do something for others. And it's such a great cause with the Shrine Bowl, and just really a statewide celebration because the players come from all over, the band members come from all over, the cheerleaders come from all over, the Shriners come from all over the state, and the game's taken all over. So it really is a great celebration for the state of Kansas, but it all is for the kids, as you see down on the bottom part of that check, hashtag for the kids, and that's exactly what it is for. Giving them the resources to be able to make a giant difference in their life with prosthetics and different operations that they need.
There's Chet Copeland, Sports in Kansas with a check. Dillon's, in honor of their 100th anniversary, Kansas Shrine Bowl proud partner with Dillon's as they celebrate 100 years of serving Kansans. Dillon's and the Kansas Shrine Bowl, two great Kansas institutions, as is the Northwest Kansas Group. The Kansas Shrine Club delivering $5,000. The Cosmosphere right next door with a check for $4,000. There's Champion Sporting Goods with a check for $5,000 and a photo opportunity at midfield. I think they're getting this down. I think this is the process is working for us. Dick's Sporting Goods with a check for $7,000.
Put a touchdown in front of those 3 zeros. Wow.
Farmers Insurance.
And Dick's Sporting Goods with $7,000, as in next is Farmers Insurance. Leah Smith Agency with a nice check for $7,000. So they've gone from $1,000 to $7,000, and the checks are going to get bigger. And by my count, 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 19 checks so far and growing. Mammoth Sports Construction, who is a major sponsor of the event.
And that looks like that's Colton Metzler.
There's Colton indeed. Kansas Shrine Bowl Board of Directors. Harley Davidson Motorcycle Raffle.
Mammoth Sports Construction.
Which isn't even listed on my list here. And there's Michael Bishop, former K-State quarterback. They recognize his name. Great smile, great personality, good representative of college football. Hope he gets in the Hall of Fame. That'd be great.
Mark Semino, a great player from the state of Kansas. Smith Center is in the College Football Hall of Fame. Bill Snyder in the College Football Hall of Fame. Darren Sproles,
about to be,
who is also a prospect and possibly be in the National Football League Hall of Fame. He has been, his all-purpose yards are near the top of all-time NFL time, so he's got a chance.
Sign Brothers and CDL Sign Company with $12,000. Kansas Masonic Foundation for the Kansas Masonic All-State Marching Band, $15,000 check. There's Visit Hutch. They've done a great job this week, haven't they, Stan? Getting everything organized. And, boy, when you host the game for the first time, anything the first time is always tougher than the second. And maybe their efforts will mean the game will come around in due course. Midian Touchdowners is the expected next check. And look at it, you're going to like this one.
$35,189.
There's reason to celebrate right there. Get your hands up and cheer.
Well, what a check. $35,189. And every opportunity to be at midfield and smile for the cameras here as the corporate sponsors here at halftime in a 7-0 West leading East All-Star game continue to take their due. And if I'm not mistaken, I think there's one more check left. And this will be the granddaddy.
There's one bigger than
Kansas
that?
Masonic Foundation, $50,000.
Now that's all the Shriners coming together right there.
So smiles all the way around. Great job by the Shriners to raise money for the kids. And very possibly on track to be a record-setting year for the Kansas Shrine Bowl. You can donate online at PayPal at the Kansas Shrine Bowl. I'll mention it again because it's been kind of fun to watch everything cruise by the bottom of that screen, but the Venmo Challenge is what you're watching. You can make a donation at Kansas Shrine Bowl. See your message, contribution to tonight's broadcast. Give a shout out to your favorite Kansas Shrine Bowl participant and do it all for the kids. We're going to take a break here. 7-0. West leads East. You are watching the 48th annual Kansas Shrine Bowl from Gowan Stadium on the campus of Hutchinson Community College.
Our first picnic. Our first dance, our big trip, our first home, and all the belly laughs in between. These are the moments I'll always remember. I don't drink and drive. I have more memories to make.
Remember what matters most. Don't drink and drive. Do it for them. A message from the Kansas Department of Transportation and your law enforcement community.
Every athlete dreams of winning, of all their hard work and determination coming to fruition, of being crowned a champion. At Cotton O'Neill Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we live for those empowering moments. When injuries happen, we work with you to get you back in the game, quickly and safely. Don't just dream of winning. Make it happen with Cotton O'Neill Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Watch me. Watch me shine with every snap. Born to move fans, to cheer and clap. 2 different legs, that's how I play. One built from science to help me on the day. Between these lines, I'm all heart and muscle. Don't stare too long, you'll miss the hustle. Watch me. Pioneers in prosthetic technology at Shriners Hospitals for Children. The most amazing care anywhere.
Teams head back on the field. You're looking at the longest grain elevator in the country. I'm not making that up. That was built in 1961, folks. But back in the year 1974, it all began. The East squad beat the West by a 16-14 count in the very first Kansas Shrine Bowl, which was played at Memorial Stadium at the University of Kansas. Stan did not play in that game because I think he was only 12 years old at the time. But he's part of the tradition. The early game, it rotated between K-State, KU, and Wichita State. And one of our historians is, at least in this great state of Kansas sports-wise, is Chet Copeland. He's with Sports in Kansas, and he's with our Leon Liebel. Leon.
Thanks, Mark. Yes, I am with Chet Copeland, and perhaps knows more about some of these players than anybody here in the stadium tonight, outside you two guys, of course. And Chet, a defensive battle in this game, and you told me that Richard Steele, one of the camp directors for the West team, was kind of concerned about his offense this week because they weren't moving the football against the West defense.
Well, that's probably because Gavin Hazelhorst is lined up across you from Hayes High School. Runs a 4.5 40, just an explosive athlete. And you got defenders like that out there. You're going against the best of the best all week in practice. So you got to realize it's going to be pretty tough to move that football in practice when you're in an all-star game. It's not like these guys in practice are JV guys. And we've seen a defensive battle, a baseball score of, 7-0 in this first half. But it is great to have football in the summer, the Kansas Shrine Bowl, beautiful weather. First time ever in Hutchinson. Outstanding.
Oh, it's amazing, the crowd here, and it is beautiful weather down here. Are you surprised by the 7-0 score?
I am a little bit surprised by it. I'm also surprised. There's a lot of physicality in this game as well. There's been a lot of hard hits. We see that from time to time, but these guys are ready to play. These guys haven't played since November, and it's awesome to see the lights on here in Hutchinson and just some outstanding football players. It does not matter what level you're from. 8-man all the way up to 6A, they can all play.
And what amazes me about this game every year, we talk about it is more than a game, everything that goes on with it outside the game. But once the whistle blows and there's a kickoff, these guys come to play. They're hitting hard out there.
Yeah, they really are. And last year it was kind of going into the year unknown because we had COVID lockdown and had no idea what to expect in the game at Humber Sports Park. Makeshift season, if we want to call it, for Kansas high school football this year. Some players missed 3, 4, 5 games this year. Some teams missed 3, 4, 5 games. It feels normal out here tonight, Leon.
It is a terrific night, a terrific atmosphere for the Kansas Shrine Bowl here at Gowan Stadium. First time ever in Hutchinson, the Salt City. Mark, Stan, we're ready for the second half.
Well, we are too. Thanks, Chet Copeland and Leon Liebel. Each year, Hutchinson hosts the Kansas State Fair. The National Junior College Athletic Association basketball tournament is home of the Kansas Cosmosphere and Space Center, Aerospace Museum, and Stratica, formerly known as the Underground Salt Museum, the world's longest grain elevator we just saw, built in 1961. And tonight, though, Hutchinson, for the very first time, is playing host to the Kansas Shrine Bowl. Alongside Stan Weber, I'm Mark Ewing up in the booth, and we've watched a 7-0 ball game. The score came on the West's first possession on the longest play of the game, a 59-yard pass from Corey to Ty Sides. Extra point was good, and at the 9:07 mark of the first quarter, it was 7-0 West, and I thought, hey, we might have a shootout. That'd be fun. It certainly hasn't turned out to be that way.
Well, the East turned right around and got the ball down to the 6-yard line. It looks like it's going to be tied up 7-7, an offensive battle, and it was not. Everyone's ready to play. No one's nervous except for the white hat and that group of officials, because they're the second half officials. They did not work in the first half. They have two different crews. So those guys right now stretching, warming up, and just making sure they're ready to get in the game. Look at them.
Yeah, they're great and ready to go. Scott Wetterstrom is the referee, along with Householder, Giffen, Ruffkel, Crawford, Price, and Smith. These guys pay their own way here, and they, like their counterparts, are all-stars. You got to be a pretty reputable official to be chosen to participate in the game. The West squad taking the field have been led by their quarterback combination of Andrew Corey and Tanner Cash. Big player of the game so far has been the kid from Phillipsburg, Ty Sides, a receiver, who when he's not playing football in Phillipsburg, he was the homecoming king. And tonight he's the king among all these players so far.
Andrew Corey's favorite receiver. Think about this. There hasn't been a ton of offense. The West has run 28 plays and has a total of 151 yards. 151 yards. And Ty Sides, the receiver, has 113 yards at receiving.
Second half is underway. West receiving the kickoff. Got a block, 30-yard line out to the 33-yard line. As for the first time, we saw kicker Bo Reeves kicking off to a squad, and West squads. Ty Sides on the return puts his West mates in good shape. So back to work goes the West quarterback. Andrew Corey likely will be out there, and certainly he is. Corey again. Set the Blue Jay single game record? No, they're running.
Tanner Cash is out
there. Tanner Cash, okay. Tanner Cash is starting second half here.
After the return, first and 10.
Future Hutch Community College Blue Dragon rewrote the record books, 3,400 yards, and Cash is out. As the second half begins for the West squad, they'll go first down and 10. Ball is at the 34-yard line. And they'll go to the ground and chase down. Boy, still on his feet is Josh Sanders, looking for someone who's going to pass it, and pass is going to be incomplete. I'm thinking that was an ad lib. I don't think they had that one designed like that.
What's amazing is they weren't linemen downfield, but a guy who gets the handoff cannot throw the ball out of bounds, so it's intentional grounding. You think about quarterbacks getting outside the pocket, throwing the ball to the line of scrimmage, and that being allowed in football, but he didn't receive the snap. Therefore, he cannot throw the ball out of bounds. So throw it or get tackled. Either way, they end up getting backed up with a tremendous loss. Net of the penalty all the way back to the 16-yard line.
Well, make it first down and 10 at the 34-yard line for the West squad, trying the 14-yard line. Lights are on, by the way, here at Gowan Stadium. They turned them on during halftime. Catch is made. This is Julius Bolden, and Bolden gets a good chunk of that yardage back, gets up to about 28-yard line. That's a pickup of about 13 yards as Julius Bolden shows his wares. But that quarterback, Cash, get this, 76-26, 7,626 total yards and 89 touchdowns during his career at Clearwater. League's MVP, also an all-conference defensive back as he gets the ball to start the second half of the West squad, and third down and long for his team. He's got a back just to his left shoulder, two receivers far side of the field. See what the West can draw up. Trying to spin out, get out of trouble. He hits the quarterback the other way, and he's going to be sacked All at the 14-yard line and making the play for the East squad, Darrell Jones. Jones is going to play football at K-State next year. He's a future defensive back. He's also a track sprinter, and no way was Cash going to run away from him.
Well, you see the speed of Darrell Jones getting in the backfield and running him down, but it was team defense that caused him to change his role from the right to the left. Defenders in his way. Miles Kit-Solman made him turn and go the other direction, and what a play. But there was a block that was kind of a crackback block. Surprised there wasn't a penalty, and I think that's why we have a player down. A dangerous play. Leo Clennon down. If you saw that last replay play, there was a block right at the end, a turn-back block to the inside. Oftentimes not allowed now in football, and it made a difference. Hopefully he will be okay after a great defensive stand by the East, driving a team, the West, who started at the 35 to a negative 20 yards. Well, that set the tone for East, who's down by 7.
Well, trainers had a little bit of a workout themselves. By the way, this will come as no surprise to you. The training staff, they too are considered all-stars. They have to show a resume to participate in these games, and they go to all the practices. They have to be there during the game. The game's the fun part, but the practices and everything that they have to go through is certainly worth mentioning as they paid their dues tonight.
Will the punting into the wind be different now that it's later in the evening, or is the wind still going to be a big factor?
By Reuter. Good punt. Fair catch is called for. Ball's fumbled. West squad scrambling for it. East looks like they're going to recover it for the 46-yard line.
Two returners back there. One fumbled it, and the other one was able to be there. What a good play by Tristan Everard from Blue Valley Southwest to get on that fumble. Watch right here. Drop ball. Looks like the West may have a chance with 5 guys around, but it bounces right to the East player, and he tucks it in. So the East will get good field position at the 46-yard line.
Boy, that looked, Stan, a lot like a fly ball between 2 outfielders. One of them had to call off the other, but first down and 10 for the East squad again.
How about if you had outfielders who then had guys running toward them?
Yeah.
Can you imagine a Royals game like, here comes the big guys running after you?
Yeah, that would be a little bit
Not
different.
only is the outfielder on your team a worry for you, or the shortstop, how about the guys with pads on?
That only happens at second base. Quarterbacking the East squad, this is Jackson Miller out of DeSoto, looking for a receiver on the far side of the field. Pass was incomplete. Is intended for Brooks Whaley. One thing worth mentioning, it looked like the sun was a factor in that first half, and now the lights are on. Maybe it'll be a little bit different for the East team trying to find some rhythm.
Yeah, it's kind of a bummer when you're a play caller and you have to think about the sun. I mean, it's not something you want to in football, but it is. You think about college football games in November when the sun starts coming down in the mid-afternoon games. Coaches have to think about that. Now, erase that. You can call any play in the playbook. You don't have to worry about the weather conditions.
But Miller's going to call his own number here. Gets forward to the 50-yard line, spins forward to the 45. Needed to get to the 45 first down. He's very close. Interesting, one of the biggest gains on the ground for the East squad was when Miller scrambled from his own 1-yard line. This was very similar.
Yeah, good read, getting behind a big offensive lineman. Nathan Smith from Bishop Miege out making a block. And I think that run off the goal line gave Jackson Miller a little more confidence. He is starting to run with more toughness and finishing the runs, and that'll be important here because every time they've tried to run when the West knew they were going to run, it has not gone well for the East offense.
Miller's looking for a block, trying to get to the 45-yard line. He is really close. That time he called his own number. Wilcox for the West squad makes the tackle. He's the kid out of Augusta.
Watch this play right here. This is big for the East because it's the first time they've converted a third down tonight, and it was on their 9th try. So it wasn't a big hole, but enough to keep the chains moving as they move into West territory.
Down at the 44-yard line, East trailing 7-0, have trailed since the early going of the first quarter. Have had several opportunities to move the football, got all the way down to the West 6-yard line, couldn't convert a score. And now Miller trying to get his teammates going here, passing the flat. Goes forward to the 40-yard line. The catch was made by Woodrow Rezac. Rezac is out of Rossville, 6'1", 175-pounder. He also was a late replacement just prior to camp.
He did a good job of going upfield. You know, there's not a lot of blocking out there. Bo Reeves trying to make a one-on-one block, but the defenders are really coming in. So he just turns straight upfield, gets what he can, gets 4 yards. Just a very smart play by Woodrow Rezac, who's going to go to NCK Tech in Beloit, Kansas next year.
Second down and 6, ball at the 40-yard line. Two receivers on either side. Miller with a back off his right shoulder now sends the receiver in motion. Here's Miller giving to Schwinn. Schwinn trying to get to the 40-yard line, but there is Damon Ilalio from Manhattan. Two-time Centennial Defensive Player of the Year. Just shows how tough he is on the right side of the field.
Yeah, big-time guy with the M on his helmet. Going to stay right there in Manhattan and play for the Wildcats. Battling the big offensive lineman, Denver Gardner right there. But the West front wall is very, very strong. Hard to run against, so we'll see if the East can get some passing going here on 3rd and 5. Unlikely they're going to be able to run the ball and get a first down.
Yeah, Gardner's 6'3", 260. It was a big target to block. 3rd down and 6. There's Miller. Miller stumbles, falls at the 45-yard line. Just could not get his footing. Doesn't get to the line of scrimmage and actually loses 4 yards on the play. Hazelhorst, Ilalio were there.
Quarterback sacked.
And a 4th down play here. We'll see what the East wants to do. Purnell is on the field.
From the 45. In punt formation for the East.
He slipped. It looked like he was starting to scramble. Could have been a quarterback draw, but it looked like it was a regular pass play the way the receivers ran their routes. With his slip down, they're going to have to punt the football.
Purnell, the 45-yard line. He's had a lot of activity tonight. Tilted toward the out-of-bounds, inside the 10-yard line, the 5. Purnell does his job.
Great punt.
And the West is going to start from a tough position at their own 5-yard line. Potential for a defensive play. We're going to take a break here. 7-0. West leads East in the 3rd quarter. You're watching the 48th annual Kansas Shrine Bowl from Hutchinson.
Get back in the game with the Kansas Shrine Bowl Alumni Association. We hope the Kansas Shrine Bowl had an impact on your life. Now help us continue to impact the lives of kids at Shriners Hospitals for Children. Get reconnected with the Kansas Shrine Bowl at kansasshrinebowl.com/alumni. This year we'll have special offers and events just for our alumni. Former coaches, players, and staff members. Go to kansasshrinebowl.com/alumni and complete the form.
Thanks to the great punt, West will begin its drive. 1st down and 10 at its own 5-yard line. Cash is the quarterback. His heels are on the goal line, and he's the rusher. He gets up to the 6-yard line. Tackle is made by big number 75, the East Squad. That's D. Weideman, the volunteer firefighter that we've been waiting to make a play. He's headed to Coffeyville. He is out of Girard.
And Cannon Karn in there as well as the East looking for the run. This would be great for the West to run the ball off the goal line, but a good tackle by the East in the first play.
No huddle, a little bit more space. Now there's a pass. There's Juice Bolden. He had a little bit of difficulty catching the football and securing it, but he had Green in front of him, gets up to the 8-yard line. Boy, could have had some space to run if he'd have captured that football, but took him a while to manage the catch first.
This is when the East defense really needs to take advantage of the great punt. It's the worst starting field position for the whole game for the West at the 6-yard line. If you can force them 3 and out, kicking into the wind, you can really give your offense some great field position and give them some hope that they could tie this game.
But you got to pay attention because Corey's in the ball game now. He's the passer, so 3rd down and 8. The Junction City quarterback comes in to run the controls for the West squad. Corey on the rollout. Looking downfield, is going to keep it 10, 15-yard line. Needs to get to the 17, and I think he's just a little bit short of it.
His knee
the
went
line
down.
judge came in.
He was trying to dive forward, but his knee went down, properly marked down at the 15-yard line, so they did not pick up the first down.
4th down, about a yard. West squad is going to punt this one away. West punted its first play away, and now is going to punt here. And
6th straight drive the West has had to punt. Remember, they started the game on the first possession of the game scoring. They moved the ball after that fairly well, but now the East defense doing a good job forcing the 6th straight punt. And again, for the second time in the 3rd quarter, it'll be into the wind.
So there's Jonah Reuter on the goal line. So far the snaps have been good. He had to bend down a little bit, not under pressure, but had to get this one lifted and take a bit of a West bounce, not much, but 42-yard line. East is going to be in great field position. So as the East offense takes the field, let's head down to the sideline. Leon Liebel is with our special hospital guest, Leon.
Well, we have a very special guest. I'm joined by Colton Metzler. He is the honorary captain for the Shrine Bowl. Colton from Ellis, Kansas. And I got to tell you, he takes this pretty serious because when I went to get him for the interview, he goes, "Hey, man, I'm watching the game. You're enjoying this stuff, aren't you?"
Yeah.
You're going to talk more than that now, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. How long have you been involved? You've been involved with the Shriners, of course, from birth. And if you could explain why you were born with a birth defect in your left leg, and explain exactly what that was.
So I had fibular hemimelia, which is the complete or partial absence of your fibula bone. And it made my left leg shorter, and I only had 4 toes on my left leg.
In the Shrine Hospital, the Shriners, what did they do for you?
They take over our hospital bills, fuel bills, food. They pay for all of it.
And you're getting along pretty well. I see you running around. You can do anything, your dad told me. You
Yeah.
play all kinds of sports?
Yeah.
What do you think of the game? We talked about a little bit this defensive battle going on here.
Oh, it's been tough. I hope they can pull it out, though. West Side.
Yeah, you are the honorary captain for both teams, but you're rooting for the West because you're from Ellis, is that
Yeah.
right? Or West Side. Okay, Colton, it's been great to meet you, and I know you want to get back to the sidelines. You didn't want to be here with me, but enjoyed it. Appreciate it.
Yep.
All right, Colton Metzler, honorary captain for the Shrine Bowl. Thank you so much. Back to you, Mark and Stan.
Well, thank you. Thanks to Colton Metzler. His speech to the team, I hear, was very inspiring that he did at the banquet, and we appreciate him and his family from Ellis, Kansas. Meanwhile, 2nd down and 10 for the East squad. They're at the 27-yard line. Moving the football, had a promising play, as you saw, deflected, and then trying to create a play here. Getting down to the 23-yard line. That was a little bit different wrinkle. Carrying the football was Brooks Whaley. Whaley's out of Rock Creek. He's going to play baseball at Emporia State. He was a key contributor, in fact, to the Rock Creek's recently crowned 3A baseball champions.
3rd down and 5.
That was a thrill of his high school career to be in that championship game, and here playing his last football game. Was able to pick up 5 yards. Remember, they're thinking touchdown, no chance for field goal here, so with this 5 or 6 yards to go on 3rd down, they actually will use 3rd and 4th down if needed.
So back by himself, East quarterback Isaac Stanton from Basehor Linwood. He'll play football at Kansas Wesleyan. Looking for receivers, got one at the 15-yard line. Looks like Stan's catching a little bit of rhythm himself. Nice catches made by Bo Reeves. Reeves had a pass thrown to him earlier in the first half. It catches this one without of trouble at all.
1st down and 10.
And able just to catch the ball barely before letting the ball bounce off the ground. Somehow kept it up. Didn't need to gain any more yardage. 3rd and medium, get that 1st down and take the football to the 15-yard line. Good throw and catch by the East squad.
1st down and 10. Bo Reeves lines up to the far side of the field, trying to get single coverage. We'll see what Stanton and the East squad can do. Down 7-0 here in the 3rd quarter. 4.5 minutes left to go in the quarter. And the East squad with its most impressive drive since early on. This brought down by
Guchenritter on the carry.
Guchenritter.
Stopped by the West, Jack Hopper.
Guchenritter from Jeff County North, 6'2", 190-pounder. Jack Hover he's headed from Hutchinson High School. He played his high school football right here. He makes the defensive stop.
Well, he did a great job of taking on the blocker, keeping his outside arm available, and then reacting when the running back tried to outrun him to the outside to be able to go make the tackle. Beautiful play by Jack Hover.
Second down and 10, ball at the 15-yard line. East trying to get on the scoreboard here. Receivers lined up far across the field. They go to the right side trying to set up a screen. Pass is incomplete. Andrew Schwinn, in fact, dropped the pass and looked like he might have misstepped a little bit. Went down hard on that knee. He just turned around to look at the football. Looked like he was a little bit off balance. I don't know if it's because he misstepped or he was hit as he came out of the backfield.
After he missed the ball, that's when he hurt his left side, possibly his knee, and the ball was not lobbed over the front. We've seen the East execute some screen passes, and this time the ball was just fired by Isaac Stanton. No need to lob the ball. He even went sidearm, and then after he started to twist, you see him pull up and not put any weight on his left knee. So unable to catch it initially, couldn't go after it on the bounce, and is now on the ground. So good job by the offensive line trying to set it up. Hopefully Andrew Schwinn will be okay.
Yeah, Schwinn scored 7 touchdowns in a playoff game. That's a record. And he had touchdown on his mind. They had that play set up pretty nicely. Instead, he'll go to the sideline under his own power. Look dire for a moment, but it looks like he's going to be okay. Kansas Department of Transportation and the Drive to Zero Coalition, thank you for being positive role models for all Kansans, and we are proud to be sponsors of the 2021 Shrine Bowl. Congratulations to all the Shrine Bowl participants, families, and officials for their accomplishments.
As play resumes, 3rd down and 10 from the 15.
So Stanton gets back to where he was, ball at the 15-yard line. That play looked like he had some promise.
They've run screens and draws on 3rd and long. They've run wide receiver screens. Those type of plays have been what the East have looked at in this situation on 3rd down.
Looks for a receiver in the end zone, passes behind him, incomplete. It was intended for Bo Reeves out of Rossville, and he made a slant toward the middle of the field, and that pass was on his heels. Incomplete. Defending there was Cade Gatchett. He's out of Bishop Carroll.
Is there any chance they let Bo Reeves have an opportunity to kick a field goal here? It's just a bad position, 4th and 10 at the 15. Odds aren't with the offense, so trying to get on the scoreboard.
Here we go, yep.
They're going to look at a left-footed kick from Bo Reeves, who just was in the end zone trying to catch a pass.
32-yard field goal attempt coming from Bo Reeves. Holder is Justin Mitchell. Snapper is Abram Phillips. And the kick is up, end over end, and it's going to be no good. 32-yard miss on the field goal. And the East comes up empty. We head to break here. You're watching the 48th Annual Kansas Shrine Bowl from Gowan Stadium in Hutchinson.
Sign Brothers, a proud Shrine Bowl partner, is more than your average sign company. We go statewide, specializing in all types of messages for sports and schools. Wall graphics for locker rooms, gyms, or school entry areas. Sign Brothers will design and install graphics that get your students and players excited about this school year. They also make banners, field and gym signs, plus all types of custom COVID messages for directions and social distancing. So reach out today for custom designed signs and learn about our special pricing for your school or business.
We've all heard what they say about us. Flyover state, middle of nowhere, a bunch of country folk. Go ahead and fly on over. There's nothing going on. Nowhere to be. And yeah, we've got a lot of hard-working, entrepreneurial, best neighbor you could ask for farm families. We're proud of Kansas, and that's why we built our entire network for it. Next Tech Wireless, keeping Kansans connected.
In 2021, for the first time ever, Stratica, the Underground Salt Museum, is hosting the Shrine Bowl 5K Run. Beat the heat and go 650 feet underground where it's 68 degrees year-round. Visitors are taken underground on a 6-ton hoist where they can explore detailed exhibits within the mine, ride on an underground train, and take the Dark Ride Tour, where you can pick up your own piece of salt. Go ahead and get underground bound and book your tour today at underkansas.org.
Watch me. Here I stand on my own 2 feet. Jump shot intact, here to compete. Skilled hands were there to mend the bone. From loving halls that brought me home. My world stopped with a drive through the lane. Now give me the ball. You'll remember my name. Watch me. Orthopedic excellence at Shriners Hospitals for Children. The most amazing care anywhere.
7-0 is our score in Hutchinson. West takes over at their own 20-yard line. The East possession began on the West 43-yard line. They drove to the 15, a 32-yard field goal miss, and the East is still scoreless as the West goes to work. Here's Corey looking for a receiver downfield, and the pass is going to be incomplete. It was intended downfield for the receiver, looked like Jaden Garrison. Garrison's out of Little River. And the pass is incomplete. Pass is close. Corey's had a couple of targets downfield. He's just barely missed. And, of course, the receivers that he has have had a very short time to work with him.
The pressure's a little bit better from the East, so he's having to launch the ball a little bit earlier. So he's not quite as comfortable, but Andrew Corey is dangerous every time he takes a snap from an East defensive perspective.
2nd down and 10. We're all out to the near side of the field. Has a short man. Julius Bolden. Bolden just could not hold on to it. Bolden was an all-state, all-metro, all-city. Nickname is Juice. And the West team trying to get some juice in their offense. Got the football to him, but he couldn't convert on the catch. Pass is incomplete.
Yeah, accurate throw. Dropping down to his check-down receiver. But Julius Bolden unable to pull it in. Will play for Northern Illinois next year. And there's the head coach wearing his cap from DeSoto, a green cap with a D on it that's the same as the Detroit Tigers logo on their baseball helmet. A baseball helmet. Here I'm talking football and baseball, mixing them together. I love football way too much.
There's Corey. Corey looking downfield. Goes across the field. Catch is made. Catch is made by his receiver downfield. That's Jonah Reuter.
And he got past the 30-yard line. That's the key. Falling forward. And finally, a 3rd down conversion. It's been a long time for the West, and only the 2nd time tonight they've been able to convert on 3rd down. They get it done on 3rd and 10.
That time Corey went across the field, across the grain. Tough catch, tough throw made by the quarterback. And here's Corey on the pitch. Here's Bolden. Bolden gets around one defender, tries to get around another, does so, gets up to the 32-yard line. He's tough to bring down. And that time they tried to create a situation where he could just get hands on the football, and he did exactly that, pick up a couple of yards.
Good confidence builder, too, because Bolden dropped that pass earlier, and coaching staff wanting to let him know, we think you can get things done. As you see right there in the picture making signals, Randall Zimmerman, the coach, 8th Shrine Bowl. 3 times he was the head coach in 96, 2010, and 2016. His son works on his staff. Ty Zimmerman, a great K-State defensive back on the championship team for the Wildcats in 2012.
That time the back, Josh Sanders, ran right into Corey, and the defender on the play was Brandon Martin out of Tonganoxie, and he made the play. He'll be playing football at Butler and a loss of a couple of yards. East defensively continues to step up time and time again.
Yeah, they've really improved from that first quarter where we saw the West move the football, and since then they've been able to shut things down. I mean, both these teams are sitting at just about 150 total yards of offense tonight.
3rd down, about 13 for Corey and his West teammates. Now roll out to the other side of the field. He's got an arm, got a receiver, and receiver catches incomplete. Boy, downfield and running behind everybody, Jaden Garrison was wide open. He had run away from the pack of East defenders in the secondary, and he was wide open and was waiting the football, but even if he had caught it.
Declined the holding call, but, well, he was 10 yards behind the defense. The zone defense did not see the receiver, Jaden Garrison, running down the sideline, and it was the most open we've seen any receiver tonight by far. But the ball came up short. Again, throwing from right to left on your TV screen is into the wind, and it's just been more of a struggle for Andrew Corey and the quarterbacks throwing that direction. When he had the wind behind his back in the first quarter, he was dealing. But this time the ball came up short, and the West punts again.
Jonah Reuter, 13-yard line. They've done a great job on special teams as the West squad. And this one punted, almost hit an East defender. Boy, came very close. But it caught a break in the West. Gets a roll down to the 31-yard line. So the East will take over, 1st down and 10 at its own 31-yard line. 1 minute, 27 seconds to go here in the 3rd quarter. If you just joined us, the touchdown came on the West's first possession of the football game at the 9:07 mark. Since then, it's been all defense. Yards have been tough to come by. Not that there hasn't been some opportunities.
It's just amazing that in the first quarter, the East looked like they were going to respond. Remember, at the 6-yard line going in, it's first down. Ever since that bad snap that kept the East from penetrating the end zone, it's been all about the defense. It looked like it was going to be an offensive shootout early in this game.
First down and 10, 32-yard line. Stanton's the quarterback. Finds a receiver at the 35-yard line. He takes a tough hit. Speaking of just getting a yard you can the tough way, that's Justin Mitchell out of Shawnee Mission Northwest, who makes the catch and does a terrific job just to hold on. He was banged by one defender after another after he made that catch.
Gain of 4, second down and 6.
Big time hit
36.
Coming from Colomo. Another player going to Northern Illinois next year.
Second down and 7, ball at the 36-yard line. East has it down 7-0, trying to get a drive together to put themselves on the scoreboard. Had an opportunity and a missed field goal. Here's a pass downfield. It's got a receiver. Incomplete. Pass was on target, but there to defend Nick Allen from Riley County. 4-time Citizenship Award winner, 6 foot, 190-pounder. He'll be playing at Emporia State. What a defensive play he made.
The DBs have done a good job. They've been in man-to-man a lot tonight, and then able to knock the ball away without interfering. I mean, this is textbook. Great coverage on the hip of the offensive receiver, knocking it away easily. Nick Allen makes a play. His dad will be happy. In 1995, his dad Shane played in the Shrine Bowl, and Nick's one of the unusual players from Riley County. He's on the trap shooting team as well. That's some diversity in his skill level.
Third down here. East needs a first down, looking for a receiver. Pass is incomplete. The closest receiver was intended for was Jordan Barnard, but also there was Justin Mitchell. Got away from both of them, so fourth down coming here. From the 46-yard line, that means the punt team is on. Another appearance by Desmond Purnell, who's been flawless at the moment. But the more they punt in these special team situations, you got to think you can't be perfect for ever in the special team situation. Both teams have been really good on punts and punt coverage. Fourth down here, we'll see what happens. Ball at the 36-yard line. Purnell is only 25, and that one's almost blocked. Fair catch called for, ball at the 28-yard line. And the West then now gets their opportunity. So back and forth they go. Very few first downs made between the two teams as they continue to find a crack in each other's defense, and so far having few and far opportunities to do exactly that.
This year looking a little like last year's game. You just look back to 2016. That was not that long ago. Mark, you and I called the game, and we saw more points scored than ever in a Shrine Bowl. East won 48-27, but last year's game 14-9. So here we go, 7-0. Another defensive battle.
Well, let's talk about that game, 14-9. The thing you might forget is the East was down 14-3, cut the lead to 5. Touchdown pass from Quinn Bessing to C.J. Horton, but Horton was whistled for offensive interference. Remember that?
Yes, I do.
Ball at the 35, 38-yard line, and very close to the first down marker as the West squad gets a breakaway run from Tanner Cash. Cash runs the football a lot like Jackson Miller of DeSoto, and he's getting the opportunity. When Cash is in the game, West squad is going to run their quarterback. When Corey's in, they're going to pass the football.
Good read there. They're trying to block and pull some linemen, but it wasn't clean, so he was able to just use his speed, bounce it outside, and make it look like it was designed to go completely to the sideline. He's able to pick up a first down on a quarterback run.
First down 10, ball at the 39-yard line. And now a burst up the middle for the 45 up to the 46-yard line. Look like a 6-yard pickup. And the carry is made by Tanner Cash once again.
The West is looking forward now after that play to finally get the wind at their backs, which they had in the first quarter. Didn't get much done against the wind in the second and third, but they'll go to the fourth quarter ahead, 7-0.
And the third quarter ends here. West leads the East by a score of 7-0. To the fourth quarter we go. And the 48th annual Kansas Shrine Bowl from Gowan Stadium will return to Hutchinson with the final quarter right after this.
Every athlete dreams of winning, of all their hard work and determination coming to fruition, of being crowned a champion. At Cotton O'Neill Orthopedics and Sports Medicine, we live for those empowering moments. When injuries happen, we work with you to get you back in the game, quickly and safely. Don't just dream of winning. Make it happen with Cotton O'Neill Orthopedics and Sports Medicine.
Our first picnic. Our first dance. Our big trip. Our first home. And all the belly laughs in between. These are the moments I'll always remember. I don't drink and drive. I have more memories to make.
Remember what matters most. Don't drink and drive. Do it for them. A message from the Kansas Department of Transportation and your law enforcement community.
Watch me. Watch me pirouette with style and grace. An open floor of inspiration. This is my place. 5 positions to start, leotard and tights. A story through movement, under music and lights. Straight and tall, they promised I'd stand. I'm a ballerina who twirls like the blades of a fan. Watch me. Innovative scoliosis treatment at Shriners Hospitals for Children. The most amazing care anywhere.
Get back in the game with the Kansas Shrine Bowl Alumni Association. We hope the Kansas Shrine Bowl had an impact on your life. Now help us continue to impact the lives of kids at Shriners Hospitals for Children. Get reconnected with the Kansas Shrine Bowl at kansasshrinebowl.com/alumni. This year we'll have special offers and events just for our alumni. Former coaches, players, and staff members. Go to kansasshrinebowl.com/alumni and complete the form.
With Leon Lebo in the field, Stan Weber in the booth, I'm Mark Ewing right near the Cosmosphere, where it's 7-0 West leading East by a score of 7-0. Final 12 minutes are underway in front of an outstanding crowd tonight. And both teams trying to find their own rocket fuel here as we begin the fourth quarter. Cash on the move, avoids one tackler, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and will do so. Finally wrapped up and brought down there by East defender Brandon Martin. He's out of Tonganoxie. And he brings down the play and the tackle. Nicely made.
Well, he made a tackle, but so many guys contributed to that play. Miles Kitsolman made the initial contact to slow things down, and then everybody worked down the line of scrimmage to help make sure there's no room to run for quarterback Tanner Cash.
3rd down and 4, big play coming for the West squad, who had momentum early. Neither team has really grabbed momentum since, but fourth quarter, it's all about who's going to be a hero. In a game that's full of legends and big-time moments, we expect to see one here. Here's Cash leaning forward. He's going to get stopped. Boy, had a lane for a moment, but Hayden Robb out of Perry Lecompton, along with his teammate Brandon Martin, closed the gap pretty quickly. And after a yard, West is in a position where likely they're going to have to punt this ball away. However, here comes Corey. Corey comes into the game here with the ball in the midfield position. And
remember, he can call a pass play, but he can also punt it very well, especially if the wind is back.
But right now, it looks like he's going to back up just a little bit. Now he gets into a little bit of punting range, standing back his own 39.
This time East is starting to move someone back, so maybe they can catch the ball and not let it roll forever. But no chance because that ball is boomed over the head.
Look at this, terrific. Inside the 10-yard line, going to roll out of bounds at about the 6-yard line. So the West successfully punts its ball away in a game that the little things matter, like special teams play and being able to punt the ball out of bounds. West squad did exactly that. Corey. So East gets a 1st down and 10, their own 6-yard line. Long way to go. Boy, when you talk about trying to put together a 94-yard drive on a night where defense has ruled the roost,
but East
that's a tough equation.
The East punted the ball down to the 6 when they were with the wind in the 3rd quarter, and the West could not do anything about it, but they were able to hold on and keep the East out of the end zone. Now it's the East turn to look at the wind and start back up. Not the deepest position and worst they've had. Remember, they had the start of the drive right before halftime at the 1. So this is a little bit better, but still 94 yards away from pay dirt.
Gathers his back to get some protection. Now keeps it, and this is Miller. Jackson Miller, the 6-footer, 185-pounder out of DeSoto, gets a couple of yards. Kenny up front defensively. Coy Kenny out of Ulysses makes the stop for the West team.
2nd down and 9 from the 6.
Got a guard pulling here, trying to find something up the middle, but nothing there with Kenny able to make the tackle. As we watch the East huddle up, something you don't see too often nowadays, I do want to mention Jacob Hartman. He was a Mill Valley quarterback who was going to play in the Shrine Bowl, but he played in the Kansas City All-Star Kansas-Missouri game and got injured, so he's unavailable. But he came and joined his teammates tonight, which is really great.
2nd down and 9, and in there to make the play, big number 50, Caden Winter out of Andale. We'd heard so much about him, the way he had played in camp this week. And he steps up and makes a big play. The wrestler with 2 state titles just wrestled down the quarterback, Jackson Miller, makes quite a play all the way back to the 2-yard line.
It looked like a wrestling move right there. You see how he slid down the leg and ripped him down to the ground. A takedown for number 50, Caden Winter. Andale not too far away from this Hutchinson Community College Stadium, and boy, what a big play, making a tackle for a loss all the way back to the 2-yard line.
Boy, it's going to be a long, long way to get out of this trouble. 3rd down and 13 for the East squad. Quarterback is standing in the end zone, the letter T nearly. And has a little bit of time to protect. Now it's going to go long, looking for a receiver, and it's going to be incomplete. Defended downfield by Nick Allen. Pass was intended for Cameron Wise. He's a 6'5", 230-pounder out of West Franklin. The pass is incomplete, and what that means is the East squad is going to be punting from its own end zone.
He tried to throw the ball up and deep to see if he can get a jump ball. With Cameron Wise at 6'5", they thought if they could get a one-on-one play, they might be able to get something good, but instead, they don't have the full distance. The punter is going to be careful not to step on the back line, does not want to give a safety.
So Desmond Purnell is about to punt again. He's had 7. This is punt number 8. It's a short one, taking it to the 37-yard line. Here comes a return to the 30-yard line. Trying to get a block, gets out to the 27, 25-yard line. West is going to take the ball 1st down and 10 at the East 26-yard line. We're going to take a break here. West has a chance to cushion its lead when we come back to Hutchinson.
Watch me. Watch me shine with every snap. Born to move fans, to cheer and clap. 2 different legs, that's how I play. One built from science to help me on the day. Between these lines, I'm all heart and muscle. Don't stare too long, you'll miss the hustle. Watch me. Pioneers in prosthetic technology at Shriners Hospitals for Children. The most amazing care anywhere.
Well, you talk about great field position, and doesn't get much better than this for the West team. Up 7-0, and a chance to put together a scoring drive. They will start on the East 26-yard line, and you felt after they were punting from their own end zone, eventually the field position would turn favorably for the West squad. But having said that, 26 yards tonight is not easy. It hasn't been easy all night long.
It's the best field position that either team has had all night long. The second time out of 12 possessions that the West has started in East territory. Here's a scoring opportunity.
Corey with a short pass into the flat. Catch is made. It's Sides. Sides has the only touchdown of the game. 15 moves down the 12-yard line. Sides with a catch. 1st down and 10 for the East squad as they come out with a terrific play right out of the break.
Well, he's the guy who's created offense all night long. Over 130 yards receiving in the game, and it's Andrew Corey to a high school quarterback playing wide receiver, Ty Sides. His dad, Keith, and his brother, Trey, were Shrine Bowl participants. Trey playing in 2019.
There's Sides. Sides are going to get the football this time on the near side of the field. Spins forward. Line of scrimmage is at 12, so it's actually going to be a loss of about a yard. The East squad defensively reacted very well. Thad Metcalf among those to react to the short pass on the near sideline. Ty Sides heads to the sideline to catch a break.
Well, I mentioned earlier that I'm on the chapter committee of the Bill Snyder Family National Football Foundation Committee, and Ty Sides is one of the scholar athletes awarded this year, and you can see why with some of his play tonight.
Handoff from Corey goes to the teammate Ethan Abel. Abel is a Class 1A Offensive Player of the Year. He's out of Oakley, and if I'm not mistaken, I think that was his first carry of the football game.
It's fun to see the 8-man players, the 1A and 2A players step out here and play with guys who are signed scholarships to go to K-State, Northern Illinois, 6A school players, 5A. It's one of the cool things about this game that you realize they're not much different than me. I may have not played at this level of competition or in this biggest stadiums, but you know what? I can play with these guys, and it's fun to see how that they learn to have that confidence out on the field playing during practice and finally in the game.
Third down, they're calling it 12 yards at the 15-yard line. West squad's going to call timeout. Corey
Timeout West. First
was looking to the sideline and made several gestures. Now there's Coach Randall Zimmerman, who's his coach at Junction City High School, and they're trying to get his squad on the same page. I love Randall Zimmerman's intensity, and as you look at that sideline, hang with that shot here as I find how many games has Zimmerman been in? You had mentioned that earlier.
8 Shrine Bowl.
8 Shrine Bowl, 3-time head coach.
And I love, I mentioned it earlier, you know, he comes in and he has his plays.
Right.
But what he does is says, I want you guys to name the plays. You'll remember it more easily if you name the plays. And I said, well, wait a second. You're the one, how do you not get mixed up? He goes, hey, I've been a coach forever. I can react.
Right.
So he has plays that he calls one way at Junction City. Same play called completely differently tonight because these players gave it a name.
Well,
he wants them to remember, and when he signals, they don't have a wristband. You know, a lot of teams do a wristband. You look down, oh, number 22, and that's, you know, right 52 pass, X go or something. No, he has the guys learn the signals. In an all-star situation, a less than a week, these guys have learned the signals, made up the names of the plays, and they're running basically triple option type plays. The one advantage he has is Andrew Corey, his quarterback at Junction City, has been the main guy running the system here well. So he does get a little advantage there. The quarterback is used to running these plays.
But 4 receivers on the right side. Now Bolden goes in motion. Corey's going to roll to the right side looking downfield. Pass was knocked down, deflected at the line of scrimmage. Little misdirection trying to set up, and big number 46 up there up front, Brandon Martin out of Tonganoxie, 6'1", 200-pounder, reached up his hand and got his hand on the football to deflect it.
Yeah, Hayden Robb from Perry Lecompton is going to go to Washburn Tech, and he was also right there to be a factor on the play, and it creates a 4th down. So now trying to get a double-digit lead. We're going to see the West try a field goal of about 32 yards.
So Carter Brown is the kicker, and the hold is being made by Cash at about the 22-yard line. This will be a 32-yard field goal attempt. It is up, and it looks good, and it is no good. Missed to the right side, so the score will hold at 7-0. Missed field goal opportunity by Carter Brown in a 7-0 ball game with 6:45 to go. West leads East 7-0, and East has an opportunity after a missed field goal.
Yeah, after giving the West the football at the 26-yard line, very fortunate to not see a score. We've seen here in the second half each team miss a 32-yard field goal.
Well, while we have a break here, I think this is our hint to try to put together our MVPs. For the West squad, I like Ty Sides. How about you?
Well, that's a good choice, Andrew Corey or Ty Sides, but I guess you can go Sides, who has over 100 yards receiving himself, and a great run after catch for a touchdown on that 59-yard touchdown.
First down at 10, 20-yard line. Here's Miller. Miller scrambling, still on his feet, trying to get back to the line of scrimmage, and finally does so, very close to it, knocked out of bounds the 19-yard line, had no opportunity. For the East squad, I like Jackson Miller, who just ran the football. How about you?
Well, I might be talking about some defensive players here.
Yeah, what about defense? You're right. It's been a defensive game.
But it's not just been, one guy standing out. I mean, Ethan Kramer at nose guard set the tone for the ball club. But it is with a shutout right now, it's really hard to find an East player that stood out.
Well, if they could score here, I guess that would be our MVP
an easier choice. Yeah.
Easy. All right, second down here. Miller looking. Has a receiver. Passes picked off. Picked off by Trevor Erickson. Erickson to the 15-yard line, and the West squad comes with a pickoff from the 3A All-Stater, guy that played for Kurt Webster at Chapman High School. Headed to K-State, Trevor Erickson with the interception.
Going to walk on for the Wildcats. A Chapman player, 3A player, just steps in front of the pass thrown over the middle. He had a beat on this one the whole time and was able to pick it off. Nice return by number 7, Trevor Erickson sets the West up with field position that's even better than the 26-yard line. Now they get the ball at the 15-yard line of the East.
6:26 to go here. First down and 10 for the West squad at the East 15-yard line. Still 7-0 the previous drive. West squad was at the East 26-yard line. Ended up missing a field goal. Can the East defense possibly stand up again?
You got to stand up to keep the team out of the end zone and not allow the field goal to be made.
Give to the back, gets to the 7-yard line, but some big blocking up front. The handoff was to Ethan Abel out of Oakley.
After that run, the West probably won't be thinking field goal anymore. They want to punch the ball in and get a 2-score lead.
As well as eat a little bit of clock up. Abel just followed his blockers, did a terrific job up front.
Looks like Spencer Davidson had a nice block in there, playing the tight end position, going to play baseball at Fort Hays State. He was able to open up a hole up the middle and allow the West to get inside the 10.
Second down and 7, ball at the 7-yard line, and this time it's given to Abel, and the East defense steps up and makes a play. Among those, Purnell in on the stop, and also Miles Kitzelman. Speaking of MVPs, Purnell would be a good choice for the East squad.
Yeah, he's a big-time player.
Has punted the ball handily and made some terrific defensive plays.
Yeah, just his punting ability has been really strong, and maybe with 0 points for the East, Desmond Purnell might be the vote.
Ball at the 5-yard line. The stop is made. Handoff comes from Ethan Abel. And Abel is stopped to the 5-yard line. Another big play made by Kitzelman alongside his teammate Hayden Robb out of Perry Lecompton. But the super play made by Kitzelman out of Linden. First team All-Stater showing what he's worth. Man, he is really fighting for his East squad right there up in the middle. 6'5", 240-pounder. Here we go, fourth down and short. Can the East hold up here? Here's Cash, 5-yard line, 2-yard line, heading toward the end zone, and it's going to be a touchdown. 5-yard run for a touchdown. The West squad surges ahead 13-0 on the Tanner Cash scoot in for the score.
Finally, the West is able to get in there and score a touchdown, powering their way in. It's been a long time since the first possession of the game, and they finally get their second score.
Cash scores on what was trying to be a fourth down conversion. Instead gets the whole 9 yards, in this case 5 yards, for the score, and it's now 13-0, extra point coming. A 15-yard drive. It didn't take much.
In all-star fashion, Cash has one possession. He leads the West to a touchdown, and the other quarterback, Andrew Corey, led the other drive for a touchdown, and the West leads 14-0.
Gardner Brown gets the point after. It's 14-0. West leads East. We're 4:36 left to go in the ball game. We'll return to Hutchinson in just a moment.
Sign Brothers, a proud Shrine Bowl partner, is more than your average sign company. We go statewide, specializing in all types of messages for sports and schools. Wall graphics for locker rooms, gyms, or school entry areas. Sign Brothers will design and install graphics that get your students and players excited about this school year. We also make banners, field and gym signs, plus all types of custom COVID messages for directions and social distancing. So reach out today for custom designed signs and learn about our special pricing for your school or business.
Get back in the game with the Kansas Shrine Bowl Alumni Association. We hope the Kansas Shrine Bowl had an impact on your life. Now help us continue to impact the lives of kids at Shriners Hospitals for Children. Get reconnected with the Kansas Shrine Bowl at kansasshrinebowl.com/alumni. This year we'll have special offers and events just for our alumni. Former coaches, players, and staff members. Go to kansasshrinebowl.com/alumni and complete the form.
Watch me. Watch my first step turn to leaps and bounds. Watch me play carefree while the world goes round. Listen to me join in with every girl and boy. Screams of happiness, limitless joy. Watch me run through the grass and sand. They said I would, now I can. Watch me. Shriners Hospitals for Children, the most amazing care anywhere.
Well, here we go, the final 4 minutes and 36 seconds of the 48th annual Kansas Shrine Bowl. The West needed just 15 yards and got it the hard way on a touchdown run from Tanner Cash, and now has a 2-touchdown lead. The only drama that might remain is, can the West team shut out the East? Not many shutouts have happened over the long history of the Kansas Shrine Bowl.
Last time it was a shutout was 2015. East won 21-0. It was their second shutout in the history. East also won 34-0 in 1978. But this is the West shutting out the East, trying to win their third in a row and 12 of the last 16 games.
So having heard that, might be all the pep talk the East squad needed. They're going to get a return from the 3-yard line.
This is set up well. And it gets stuffed. West busted through a couple of blocks. Otherwise, it looked like they could get around the left side. Couldn't quite get there, and that means the East is starting backed up again.
Tristan Everhart on the return for the East squad.
Blue Cross, Blue Shield of Kansas.
And the East team will go to work first down and 10 inside its own 20-yard line. Special teams on the West squad has been exceptional. And you're right, this was set up nicely.
One
defender really did an exceptional job. Ethan Abel was the one guy who had a chance to slow that thing down, and he was able to keep his outside leverage. If they could have shoved him in, they could have turned the corner, but that did not occur. Good coverage by the West.
Here's a pass. Pass is incomplete. Intended for Bo Reeves. Reeves was looking to the outside. Pass was inside. Got him turned around there. Pass was incomplete.
Visit Hutch is proud to be a partner of the Kansas Shrine
14-0 West squad leading the East squad. The Shrine Bowl is a culmination of really a year of preparation. Executive Director B.J. Harris has worked with the Shriners of Kansas to arrange for what was really 9 days of training and events, getting everyone ready. Second down here and 10, trying to go for it all. Looking for a receiver. There's Reeves. Pass is incomplete. He was accompanied downfield by Nick Allen. Allen's done a terrific job defending. He's accompanied a lot of East receivers, but they haven't been able to get past Nick Allen downfield.
He's looked completely comfortable man-to-man. Just look there. He was over the top, actually outrunning the receiver, did not interfere, monitoring where the football was. He's just looked calm the whole time and basically been out there playing man-to-man all night long.
Looks like he's in great shape, too. Probably play a couple of Shrine Bowl games if he wanted to.
He's not breathing hard at all.
4 minutes, 17 seconds to go. East squad, which has come up empty so far, trying to put something together. And there's a little misdirection. 20, 25-yard line. He's going to get a first down. Still on his feet to the 30 and out of bounds to the 31-yard line. How about that?
Great draw call.
That was Jackson Miller. That's quarterback to quarterback. So Stanfield comes in the game, gives to Jackson Miller. And, hey, you got to try out what you got.
That's just a good run, but just such a well-designed play. It looked like they're going to roll out to the right, which they've done a lot on third down. They love running draws and screens, but this one was cute. The offense completely had an opening because the defense was not ready for the play, and they convert on a third and long.
First down, 10, 32-yard line. This is over to Reeves, incomplete. Another same play.
Isaac Stanton's pass.
And Reeves went up for it, couldn't come down with it, though.
Second down and 10 from the 32.
They've been trying to make that play work all night long. I made it successful a couple of times.
Bo Reeves and Cameron Wise both at 6'5", playing one of those wide receiver positions, and they wanted to match them up and give them an opportunity to catch the ball, but it has not been a great connection. And they have not had consistency in their passing game tonight.
Second down and 10. Isaac Stanton, the quarterback, out of Basehor Linwood, trying to deliver his East squad some points here on the scoreboard. And again, looked at Reeves' direction.
Isaac Stanton's pass.
He's thinking back shoulder, but they just weren't on the same page. And you can see Isaac Stanton saying, hey, you know, we haven't played together before other than a few practices, so it's really hard for you to tell where I was going to put the ball. I thought you were going to stop a couple of steps earlier. And they're trying to force things right now. You know, there's a sense of urgency. Things aren't going smoothly, so they're trying to make plays. And doing it off the cuff is not an easy way to do it when you have only had 5 days of practice together.
Third down 10, 2 tight end set. It's back to pass. Stanton looking downfield, pass is incomplete. Streaking downfield was Brooks Whaley. He's the receiver out of Rock Creek. He had plenty of company with Wedo Kalumo.
Fourth down and 10.
Out of Wichita Northwest, who was right with him, and that brings up a fourth down for the East squad. And you got to think on the red sideline, these guys are thinking, hey, show a little pride. We've been working hard all week. We'd love to get on the scoreboard to show our worth to our high schools and coaches and certainly the East fans who've been in attendance here tonight.
And now they got a 4th and 10.
Screenplay and needed to get up to the 42. Is going to fall about 5 yards short for the fourth down. And the tackle was made by Cade Gatchett of Bishop Carroll. And the East team will turn it over on downs. And the West squad takes over the 14-0 lead and 3:45 to go in the ball game.
You know, third time they've missed on fourth down to end a possession. So they're 1 of 4 on fourth downs. This is 4th and 10, too long to go. The play did gain yardage. It got close to the first down marker, but a good tackle by Cade Gatchett gives the West the football. And the East does have 3 timeouts left, but will the West invest in a running game some here and expect the East to be a little demoralized, a little worn down to finish off the game, or will they try to strike in the passing game? It's really been only the passing game that's had a chance to be effective.
Well, East squad called the timeout here. And so we will talk about some of the events involved in the game. We've talked about the cheerleaders, the 140 who made their participation in the band, the numbers involved. In fact, between the cheerleading, dance clinics, high school football clinic, combine, band camp, about 300 or so high school students participate in either one event or the other. And then along the game officials, 15th official serving as the red hat tonight. He's been busy as well. 14 officials we've seen, all stars. And then start the game, the chain gang, the crew made up of Arab Shrine Clowns. Their 6-member crew performed this duty over the years.
At the end of play, we will announce the winners of the East Most Valuable Player and the West Most Valuable Player.
But the players, 36 on a side, are really selected by a vote of the state's media, if you're wondering. We did have several last-minute changes prior to the game that substitutes came in and they actually played really, really well. If you're wondering who's played in the game, it is the 49th Kansas Shrine Bowl, began in '74. Among the current NFL alumni, Cody Whitehair of the Bears, B.J. Finney of the Steelers, Wyatt Hubert, Cincinnati Bengals. We mentioned Mark Sumino, Gary Spaney. List goes on, and another class tonight. First down and 10. There's Cash, and Cash is absolutely buried back at the 40-yard line.
Cash, the ball carrier.
Well, I tell you what, the East squad is going to play tough to the end. Hayden Robb out of Perry LeCompton just explosively battled through the line to make the tackle, along with Brandon Martin of Tonganoxie and Miles Kitzelman of Linden. They've been tough all night long up front.
They're going to attack the running game now. They're 3-man front, they're 3-3 stack. They're going to bring 5 or 6 guys to the line of scrimmage and just say, we expect the West to run the football. They did not want to stop the clock with an incomplete pass, so we've got to stop them right here. Good attack right there. Brandon Martin in the backfield to get the running back to spin. and then the pursuit was able to get there and make the tackle.
Seeing down at 12, here's Cash again. Cash tucks the football, runs forward, behind a couple of his blockers, run down by, among others, Elias Carson of the East squad.
He did a good job on not allowing himself to be shoved out of bounds.
Colby Talbot of Axtell, 6 foot, 225-pounder. 8-man All-State pick in on the play. Another 8-man pick. I always like to mention those 8-man guys if I can. Now 3rd down and 8 for the West squad. Again, the touchdown play, the tie sides of Phillipsburg with a 59-yard pass reception way back in the first quarter. And then Tanner Cash, a 5-yard run on a 4th down conversion, the second scorer of the game. Here's Cash. Gets up to the 35-yard line, needed to get to the 28-yard line.
Stopped by Brandon Martin.
He should call timeout right here.
East is going to call timeout here and talk it over. The series, 29 wins for the West squad, 17 for the East. There has been one tie. Stan and I, in fact, did that tie. It was at, before it was called Bill Snyder Family Stadium, 12-12 ball game.
2001.
And remember it well. But the 72 players on the side, they're voted by the state's media. The Shriners do not actually get a vote, but they advise coaches to nominate players. And here's the deal. You got to be a good athlete, which they are, but you got to be a good citizen. That is really, really important. That's something that they really underline. And the reason is because the representatives of the hometown, the representatives of the Shriners ideal, and they want them to be good representatives. They're all very good spokespersons for their hometowns and realize the opportunity at hand, and I think that they've done a terrific job. Profit generally is about $50,000 that comes out of this game, and 100% of it, again, goes to the hospitals. It's been a long history. One of the games a couple years ago went $185,000. That was in 2017, and judging from the checks we saw at halftime, they got to be really, really close. But the nomination list for All-Stars is 500 seniors. That's where it starts to get down to the final 72. So think about it. Think about being 72 of the 500 who are nominated statewide. That's pretty impressive. 4th down play here, ball from the 35-yard line. And here's Cash. Cash goes forward. And the West squad is going to turn it over on downs.
Tackled by Brandon Martin.
So the East squad will take over. Clock will stop, 2 minutes, 11 seconds to go. So, hey, give the East credit with players like Brandon Martin, who've stepped up time and time again. What a terrific player he has been. And I'm with you. I think the East MVP should definitely be a defensive player. Tough to pick just one. They've been pretty solid, especially that linebacking core, those guys up front.
Brooks Barta, the coach at Holton, played in the Shrine Bowl and is an assistant coach. He was coaching that linebacker crew for the East tonight.
There's Stanton looking downfield, looking for a receiver. Passes overthrown. It was intended for Tristan Everard. It was down at the 40-yard line. Again, did not get behind the defender. And to no surprise, Nick Allen out of Riley County was right there once again.
I think if I was a quarterback, I'd be looking to the right of the field. A little ways away from Nick Allen.
Yeah, Nick has covered the field tonight. He has been impressive.
And Poirier State's going to be happy to see him play football.
Well, I'll tell you.
For them next year. And
it's always fun, Stan, that once they leave these games, I do keep an eye on them. And they're JUCO stars, D2 stars, occasionally Division I stars. Occasionally they make the NFL. It's been very fun over the years to see who's who. Pass was tipped up. Looked like it was almost intercepted there. Pass is going to be ruled incomplete. It was Kenny Fairman from Wellington who was running down the field. By the way, he's a Meals on Wheels volunteer, is Kenny Fairman. Talk about good citizens. It's part of the deal. And you get picked to play in the Shrine Bowl. So that'll bring up a 3rd down play in 10. Again, the East team would love to get on the board here. Inside 2 minutes to go in the 48th annual Kansas Shrine Bowl. Stanton rolling outside, looking for a receiver downfield. Pass is going to be incomplete, way out of bounds. It was intended for Bo Reeves again.
For Bo Reeves is incomplete. 4th down and 10.
One of the defenders working in there is Holt
Midway
Hanslick.
Motors is proud to be the local
He
car
played at
provider for the
Hoisington,
Kansas Shrine
and
Bowl.
one of the thrills he had was he played in the school's first ever state championship game.
How about that?
So he's going to go to Fort Hays State, not play football, but he was a part of messing up that screen pass a couple
Hammond
plays
Sports
ago.
Construction is a proud partner of the Kansas Shrine Bowl. If you're installing
Another player for the West squad I hadn't had a chance to mention, Spencer Davidson, tight end. Going to play baseball at Fort Hays State. His first Lion in 10 years to be named to the Kansas Shrine Bowl. As we look through some names that we haven't had an opportunity to talk too much about tonight. It's hard to mention everyone. We try our best. And there's Stanton. Looking downfield, pass is incomplete. It was intended for Justin Mitchell out of Shawnee Mission Northwest.
Turnover on down.
And the East team will turn it over on downs.
Help support the Kansas Shrine Bowl
4 times tonight they went for 4th down and did not convert.
0 for 4, huh?
Looks like it's going to be a shutout. Does not occur very often.
All major credit cards are accepted.
West defense got some big-time players. We didn't mention Trey Newsom from Garden City going to Hutch JUCO, but we definitely mentioned Gavin Hazelhorst going to K-State as a recruited athlete. Amian Leo, big-time player as well. Those two guys, K-State's going to be excited about those two defensive linemen coming in to play for the Wildcats.
This will be the 30th possession of the football game. That means the East and West have both had it 15 times apiece. Here's Bolden. Bolden, 30-yard lines, hit hard. Knocked down by defender Brandon Martin once again from Tonganoxie. Brandon Martin's going to play buzzer to buzzer, no doubt about that.
Well, this fourth quarter, the West has just lived in the East Territory. You know, you started out at the East 26, 15, 38, 32. With the wind at their back, ahead 7-0. They've just completely controlled this fourth quarter. And they are going to get the victory here. But like you said, you do not see 30 possessions in football games very often.
You don't.
That means that the defenses are forcing the ball to be turned back over to the offenses many, many times.
I've never seen a Shrine Bowl with so many punts.
This may be the most possessions in Shrine Bowl history.
Gets the handoff, does Abel. Abel is actually the pronunciation on Ethan Abel from Oakley. The one thing about this game is these guys will be friends for life. They will leave this game and they'll probably play a bunch of games in their college careers, but they will always remember the Shrine Bowl. I know that for a fact because I talked to a lot of former Shriners, and they remember their game, what it was like, you know, being away from home, excited about their college futures ahead of them, able to celebrate playing for representing their high school for the final time.
It's a great honor, and you do become tight with people, some of them your rivals that you played against. You can't believe you're friends with, but you'll be friends for life. And it's especially happy if you're on the winning side. But the cause is so great. Strong legs ran so weak legs can walk again tonight for the 48th straight time. The Kansas Shrine Bowl. What a success.
Game has come to a conclusion. The West wins the 48th Kansas Shrine Bowl by a shutout score of 14-0. And Lucas Melvin, the head coach from Norton, along with his assistants, Randall Zimmerman, Mike Vernon, John Weimers, Troy Black, Zach Baird, Jeff Hennick, celebrate with their team as they walk away with the Kansas Shrine Bowl victory. Stay with us. We're going to talk to the MVPs in the game as you take a look at Obi Oha playing his last high school football game, and the friends that he made quite a splash as a 7-foot tackle.
You see big number 65 right there in your picture. Doug Greider going to Bethel College. His dad Jason played, actually coached in the Shrine Bowl. So somehow his all-time idol is John Riggins, who played football like a million years ago.
Is that right?
For KU. Wow. So I don't know that story.
What is that story?
Congratulations, Doug Greider. You'll be playing football at Bethel College, and you quietly did a nice job on the offensive line for the West.
Show of sportsmanship. 200 Shriners. We also certainly mentioned them. They're volunteers. They take on various jobs from parking, handling concessions, taking tickets, security, cleaning up the locker rooms. After the game, the 5 Shrine Centers in the state divide up the work. We've seen many of those folks from year in and year out. And many of the Shrine volunteers will pull double duty on game day. They work behind the scenes. They're part of the parade. Each of the 5 Kansas temples send between 15 and 20 parade units to the Shrine Bowl, meaning between 75 and 100 units will participate in the largest gathering of Shrine Parade units within the state every year. That's just a part of the big show, not to mention all the game day events, the Kansas Shrine Bowl Fan Fest, the Appreciation Banquet, the Kansas Shrine Bowl Mine Run, the Kansas Shrine Bowl Golf Tournament, High School Combine, the Shrine Bowl Parade, Junior All-Star Challenge, Shrine Bowl Bowl Camp. We're going to take a break here. We come back, we'll wrap up the Kansas Shrine Bowl. Once again, the West has won it 14-0. We're going to hear from the MVPs when we return to Hutchinson.
MVP to number 46.
Our first picnic, our first dance, our big trip, our first home, and all the belly laughs in between. These are the moments I'll always remember. I don't drink and drive. I have more memories to make.
Remember what matters most. Don't drink and drive. Do it for them. A message from the Kansas Department of Transportation and your law enforcement community.
Watch me. Here I stand on my own 2 feet. Jump shot intact, here to compete. Skilled hands were there to mend the bone. From loving halls that brought me home. My world stopped with a drive through the lane. Now give me the ball. You'll remember my name. Watch me. Orthopedic excellence at Shriners Hospitals for Children. The most amazing care anywhere.
West's team is posing for photographs following their 14-0 victory over the East Squad in the 48th annual Kansas Shrine Bowl here in Hutchinson. They have announced the most valuable players for the East Squad. It was Brandon Martin. We saw Martin all night long. He's out of Tonganoxie. He had 12 tackles, 8 unassisted, 4 assisted. Brandon Martin created a great deal of havoc for the East Squad, though the argument could be made that potentially it could have gone to a couple of his teammates as well. They could have co-MVPs. Now the West squad, it's to no surprise, Ty Sides, receiver from Phillipsburg, 5 catches, 126 yards, and caught a touchdown. Do you agree with the MVP choices there, Stan?
Well, you can't hardly go wrong when you think about over 125 yards receiving. Ty Sides, 5 receptions, 126 yards, and he had the big touchdown reception. And you see holding the trophy in the middle of the pack is the Shriners representative, the Shrine kid. Colton Metzler is the guy who's holding up the trophy and cheering right there. Happy to see him. You know he's rooting for the West. But Ty Sides, an easy choice for the West squad. And then on the East, where do you go? Well, how about a guy who had more than 10 tackles in the game, Brandon Martin?
Well, let's give you a couple of stats while we wait. Leon Liebel's been assigned to chase down the most valuable players, which isn't the easiest assignment to do, but we'll do our best. First downs-wise, West had 11 to 9. But rushing yards, get this, the West had 38 carries, only 34 total yards net, which means the East squad came up with a number of sacks. East 25 for 42. And, you're the stat guy, Stan. Is there anything on there that jumps out at you?
Yeah, there's a lot of defensive stats. How about this? Third down conversion, such a big part of football to be effective on offense. The East only 3 of 17. The West only 2 of 15. You mentioned the rushing yards. West with only 34. East with only 42. And just total yards in a ball game where you see so many big numbers in football. You see the fantasy football players counting the yards, the touchdowns. Tonight, East does not score and ends up with only 171 yards. on 64 plays, less than 3 yards per play net. Unbelievable. West, they didn't move the ball too well either. They had 206 total yards on 59 plays. Each team had 1 interception. It was a defensive battle, and teams unable to convert on 3rd down or 4th down very well. And the West set the tone the first drive of the game. Somehow on a 3rd and 8, they found a way
to
go
get
59 yards as Corey threw the ball to Ty Sides, and he was able to break tackles and make it all the way to the end zone, and that stood up. First drive of the game was enough. West led 7-0 most of the night and finally finished it off with a 14-0 win.
One of the challenges is when you lose the All-Star game. Brian King of DeSoto with a long conversation for his guys in red, talking about the time that they put in and helping them remember the big thing. The mission was to help the kids and the Shriners of Kansas, and they certainly did their part. Meanwhile, the West squad gets to celebrate. Now the West squad is on a little bit of a roll. This means it'll be their 4th victory in the last 5 games. For a while there, you remember the shutout year was 21-0. Looked like the East had kind of turned the page a little bit after getting dominated for a while. We've watched a lot of West victories over the years.
7 straight, then the East turned it around. It looked like they were really going to put a winning streak together. They won 3 of 4, 4 of 6, and the one loss they had was an amazing safety on one of the last plays of the game. They were winning 21-0 and somehow got tackled in the end zone to lose 22-21, or they would have really had a big-time run of 4 straight wins. But the West has done it 3 in a row, 4 of the last 5, 12 of the last 16, and they've got their 30th all-time victory. West has won 30, East 17, and 1 tie.
So here's the deal with regard to state high school football champions from a year ago. As you kind of take aim of the fall season, the defending champions in Class 6A will be Derby, Shawnee Mill Valley 5A, St. James Academy in 4A, Andale in 3A. Class 2A was Rossville, 1A was Olpe, Little River, 8-man Division I Hanover, Division II. Of those teams that claimed state champions, several of them played in this game tonight, and it was fun to watch. So down the field we go. We have Leon Liebel with the MVPs. Go ahead.
We have the MVP of the winning team, Ty Sides, who caught that 59-yard touchdown way back. It seemed like a long time ago in the first quarter. Tell us about that play.
Yeah, just the out route, and my quarterback Andrew gave me a good ball. A few guys picked up blocks downfield, and I did the rest.
Now, at the time, as your first possession, did you think you guys were going to be held out of the end zone until deep into the fourth quarter like that?
No, we didn't. We felt pretty good about our offense, but luckily our defense shut them out, so it was pretty easy on us offensive guys.
Now, I was told during practice this week the offense was having trouble moving, but you guys were going up against a pretty good defense on your side of the ball. They were great tonight.
Yeah, it was tough all week. Those guys are some dogs, and they showed it tonight.
How was this experience for you? We always talk about more than a game, but how was it with all these guys and playing against guys who you probably just met?
Yeah, it was a blessing and an honor just to be nominated and get down here and play in it and see what we're playing for, the kids. Yeah, it was a blessing.
Now, your future does not include football. You're going on to K-State to study business.
Yes, that's correct.
I can't think of a better way to end your football career.
Yeah, what a blessing. It was an honor.
Ty, thank you so very much and congratulations. Ty Sides from Phillipsburg, the MVP of the winning West team tonight. Brandon Martin, of course, the MVP of the East team tonight. Mark and Stan?
Yeah, I saw Brandon kind of making your way towards you. You got Brandon. I think Brandon's close to you, but Ty Sides, 5 catches, 126 yards, got a touchdown. Ty Sides saying tonight that was his last high school game, and what a way to go out. The kid from Phillipsburg does an excellent job. Brandon Martin, by the way, from Tonganoxie. Are you with him, Leon? I know he. Okay, go ahead.
Yeah, I appreciate Brandon making time to come with us. He had to hear from all his coaches over there, but tough game for you guys tonight, shutout, but your defense was outstanding. Of course, that's why you got the MVP for the East tonight.
Yes, sir, I appreciate it. I had a lot of help from my D-line. There were a bunch of dogs up there, and it wasn't the result we wanted, but we still went out there and we played hard.
One thing I always notice in this game, covering the Shrine Bowl, we talk about all the outside things that go on, but once the kickoff, you guys are out there to play some football.
Oh, yeah, no, we're going 100%. We didn't come up here for nothing. You know, we're playing for the kids, and there was times we had 3-a-days, 2-a-days, the whole week, and it was really hard. So we aren't just going to go out there and lollygag around.
And you saw some football left. You're headed to Butler to play for the Grizzlies. Is that right?
Yes, sir. Butler Community College.
And again, what was this experience like for you this whole week of playing with these guys and meeting a lot of probably new friends for life?
Yeah, no, we made a family up here. I mean, just the memories we made in the dorms, on the field, practice. Like, I'm gonna cherish this for life, and meeting those hospital patients is something that's very humbling and really cool to experience.
And you got that trophy to take home. So,
yep.
All right, Brandon, thank you so much. Brandon Martin, MVP for the East team from Tonganoxie. Mark, Stan, back to you.
All right, a couple of MVPs, and certainly they did their work.
Thank you.
Stan, thoughts on what we've seen so far?
Well, the kids' attitude and listening to them is just perfect. They want to play well. They care about the football, but they quickly mention how humbling it is to be an all-star, and it's about the kids. They learn that lesson so well when you play in the Shrine Bowl in the state of Kansas. You learn you're helping out people that matter a lot, and that's the kids who go to the Shriners Hospital.
All right, down the field we go. Lucas Melvin out of Norton High School. He's the head coach, and he is with our Leon Liebel. Leon.
Oh, thank you. Thanks again, Mark, and of course, Coach Melvin. Tossing a shutout tonight. Do you expect that?
I knew our defense was really good. Shutouts are tough, but man, they played awesome tonight. They played, and they were put in some bad situations by our offense at times, but they came out and played well.
And I had mentioned during the game, I'd heard this, that during the week, you guys are a little concerned about your offense moving the ball in practice, but you were going up against what turns out to be a really good defense.
And, you know, it's always, first couple of days of practice, it's tough for the offense to catch up. Defense is, you know, a little ahead. There's time, though, where we were getting at the defense pretty good to the point where they're like, oh, man, we got to switch things. But we just said, hey, stay with it. You guys are good. And they played tremendous.
You got that touchdown early in the game, the 59-yard touchdown pass to Ty Size from Andrew Corey. Did you think you were going to have a few more of those?
Yeah, we did it. We had opportunities. We dropped some balls and just missed some. We were so close, I think, on offense to really getting 2 or 3 more.
How important is it just to win this game for you?
It's very important because we're the West. You know, you want to beat the East. That's the main thing. But these young men were tremendous. Not just players, but people, and that was awesome. And then to get to meet all the kids that are associated with the Shrine Bowl, it's a win for everyone.
Yeah, I was asking the guys, Ty and Brandon, what the experience was like for them just this whole week. What's it like for the coaches?
It's great. I mean, we get to work with some of the best kids in the state and the best coaches in the state, and then we know the cause, you know, and it's pretty special for us.
All right, congratulations. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Coach Lucas Melvin, the head coach of the winning West team, again, the West over the East tonight, 14-0. You too, Coach. Back to you, Mark.
Okay, Leon, thank you very much, and very insightful interviews as the coaches express what we've heard all along, that the mission is the most important thing, and they've certainly accomplished that tonight. We're going to close the telecast. We wish to pass along our thanks to the Shriners of Kansas. B.J. Harris is the executive director, and his small but energetic staff, which includes Secretary Jana Becker and Treasurer Paul Honecker. The citizens of Hutchinson and Reno County have been terrific. As first-time hosts for one of our favorite events of the summer, production has been provided courtesy Mike Nelson and his crew. We thank them for their effort. Once again, the final score, West defeats East in the 48th annual Kansas Shrine Bowl by a score of 14-0. For Stan Weber and Leon Liebel, this is Mark Ewing saying, thanks for watching the 2021 Kansas Shrine Bowl, and so long, everyone, from Hutchinson.
Watch me. Watch me shine with every snap. Born to move fans, to cheer and clap. 2 different legs, that's how I play. One built from science to help me on the day. Between these lines, I'm all heart and muscle. Don't stare too long, you'll miss the hustle. Watch me. Pioneers in prosthetic technology at Shriners Hospitals for Children. The most amazing care anywhere.
Get back in the game with the Kansas Shrine Bowl Alumni Association. We hope the Kansas Shrine Bowl had an impact on your life. Now help us continue to impact the lives of kids at Shriners Hospitals for Children. Get reconnected with the Kansas Shrine Bowl at kansasshrinebowl.com/alumni. This year we'll have special offers and events just for our alumni. Former coaches, players, and staff members, go to kansasshrinebowl.com/alumni and complete the form.